Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to the first ever edition of Tradeify TV. I am Matt Hensley. I could not be happier than to be with you this morning. The date is Thursday, May 22nd. We are just under 60 minutes from the New York opening bell. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to everyone watching all over the world. Could not be more excited to be with you. Over the coming days, weeks, months, years, you're going to learn a lot about us as traders, but I am going to kick it over. We're going to go in ascending order of hair maintenance to start the show today. So I'm starting because I have literally none. My name is Matt Hensley. I am from, as you guys know, the St. Louis area. I've been a trader for 11 years. You're going to learn all about my strategies, the way I trade, and the way I make money over the course of the following show. But right now, I'm going to go just to this direction for me, to my good friend Nick across the pond. We call him Swiss Nick around here, I guess because he's Swiss, or maybe just really likes Swiss cheese. Either way, Nick, how are you? Introduce yourself to Tradeify Nation this morning.
Well, Matt, it's a little bit of both. I'm Swiss and I do love cheese. But
Excellent.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. And of course, good morning, Tradeify Nation. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm happy to be here myself. And I cannot wait to make this the most amazing stream and the best stream in the trading world. It's going to be extremely valuable for everybody. It's going to be absolutely a blast to be here with you. We're all full-time traders. So real trades from real traders for you guys to not just learn, but also connect as a community. I'm super excited for that. As Matt already said, I'm from Switzerland. I've been trading for 4 years now. And I'm excited to give you all the insights into my strategies and my observations, and want to give it forward to Miriam right now.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to be here. We have some jam-packed stuff for you today. Not just today, but I mean this whole stream, right? Y'all know me, you know me as the Curly Trader. I am so glad that you guys are all tuning in today. I'm from the West Coast, so if anyone's been trading from the West Coast, you guys know how early it is right now, okay? It is very early, but we are all happy to be here. Like I said, we have so much packed in for you today. If you guys know me, or if you don't know me, I am a NASDAQ junkie, as you guys probably already know, but I also trade the ES, and I started in options, as probably most people in their trading journey did. So I have been trading for about 5 years, and now we're here, right? Now we're here, and I'm, like I said, we got a great show for you guys today. So, we're just gonna go over the markets, we're gonna go over trader psychology, we're gonna go over so much. We got a lot packed in. So I'm gonna hand it over to Matt so we can get this party started.
All right, and as Miriam said, we have an exciting show for you really every day, but especially today. We have a great number of giveaways today, guys. Now, to qualify for the giveaways, and we're going to explain how those work in a few minutes, you have to be a subscriber of the channel. So make sure you click that like button, click that subscribe button. And I already know you have, because you want as Miriam said, you want the best trading coverage every single morning. So you're going to join us 1 hour before the New York Open, Monday through Friday, on all non-holidays. So obviously we'll be with you today and tomorrow. So we're going to cover the markets here in a minute. We're going to start looking at some of the things that we look for on our charts. And again, guys, between the three of us, you're looking at almost 25 years of trading experience. It's going to take us a few shows, a few weeks, etc., to go through what we're looking at, what we're looking for. So as we break down our individual strategies, as you see us trade live, just make sure you're understanding what you're seeing. And as always, guys, any trades you take are your own responsibility. So with that in mind, I always like to start, guys, and we've been declining a little bit as we move into the open. I saw on the news feed Tesla has some volume down action. What I'd like to do, guys, is set up this 4-hour chart of the NQ, and I am a big zone trader, right? So a zone top, zone bottom, zone mid. I'm looking for movements within those areas, right? From zone bottom to zone mid to zone top, etc., etc. Right now, we are, just yesterday, guys, we looked like we were breaking out of the top of this short-term zone here in the NQ. And this is a 4-hour chart of the NQ. If you can't see exactly where on the chart there, depending on, you may be watching on your phone, et cetera, et cetera. We've been in a range basically since Monday the 12th. And we're stuck between 21,000 and about 550 to 21,100. That's a very tight range considering what we've been what we've been trading over the course of the past few months. But Nick, you and I were talking about this before the show. We are technical traders, right? Most retail traders are. We're looking at volume, we're looking at price action, we're looking at our technical indicators. But this has been a fundamentally driven market, specifically tariffs, Trump, et cetera, over the course of the past, really throughout all of calendar 2025. Nick, what are you looking for specifically now in a fundamentally driven market when you're trying to set up a trade?
Yeah, Matt, for 2025, and we discussed this as well before the stream, it's pretty funny because I'm a very low time frame trader, meaning for me, nothing has really changed much. Of course, we do have all the Trump tweets coming in, we have the tariff news, we have all that stuff going on, which moves the market in a significantly different way than it did before. But for me, trading on the 1 minute and 5 minute charts, it doesn't really change much. But what I'm looking for specifically, if we go here to my chart, looking at the 15 minute and also looking at the 5 minute, usually I map out the levels, mainly looking at the main levels like previous week high, previous week open, the previous week mid, and obviously the previous week low. And then I look at the daily open and I just make sure that we're in a range or like we're at the level where it makes sense to start trading from. Because me personally, I am a momentum trader. So I wait for a big move outside of a zone, meaning like a consolidation breakout usually, and take my trades there. But on the other hand, now that we heard Matt and we heard me, Miriam, what are you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, just talking about fundamentals, like, for me, I am very strictly a technical trader. So I don't like to be caught in headline risk or be exposed to headline risk, which is what we've been getting a lot lately, obviously in 2025. I mean, you'll see a tweet coming out and all of a sudden the market makes a move, right? And so for me, it's really important to, realize like as a trader, you have to be agile, right? So that's the biggest thing for me. In the past 5 years, I've had a similar strategy, but I've had to refine it, and it's very important as a trader to realize that that's absolutely normal and absolutely okay. We go through these cycles where, some years will be driven more by technicals and some years will be driven more by fundamentals, or maybe a combination of both. So you just have to be, like I said, you have to be agile, you have to be ready. And for me, the type of trading I've done this year has been a lot more patient and more intentional. So for me, one of the things I've said this year is like, I am not overstaying my welcome. I am getting in and I'm getting out. Like there's no reason for me to stay in a trade where, I am, like I said, exposing myself to that headline risk. So for me, my trading strategy is similar to Nick, where, I do look at smaller time frames. I am more of a scalper. So my trades typically don't last more than 10 minutes. It's very rare for me to take a day trade that lasts me, more than 20 minutes or an hour even. I will put myself to sleep if I have to stay in a trade that long. But for me, because I am a scalper, like I said, I do look at smaller time frames, but again, I'm in and I'm out, right? Like I don't want to be exposing myself. So, I know, Matt, you look at a higher time frame, right? You look at the 4 hour, you start at the 4 hour, and it's for me, we're looking at the chart right now. We're looking at my NASDAQ chart right here. So, we've gotten a lot of movement, right? We've gotten a lot of movement in this last like 24 hours. And, I can get into this chart right now, but we've been seeing some synchronicities between ES and NASDAQ. And right now, we're kind of just like holding yesterday's low, right? We're holding yesterday's low. And for me as a scalper, like I said, I'm going to be patient. So I can get into this later, but Matt, what are you looking at specifically?
Well, first of all, I do want to clear something up for the stream because, I will occasionally pull the curtain back a little bit on some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes here for you guys. So we've done a few test streams. We've gotten to know each other a little bit over the course of the past few weeks. I just want to clarify something. That is, in fact, a gigantic bottle of vodka that Nick is drinking from during the stream. By hour 3, he's going to be making some of the weirdest trades. No, of course I'm kidding. It's just water. Yeah, there he is. He's illustrating for me. No, there is no drunk trading here. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Very negative experience. And we're certainly not encouraging you to do that. But no, it is. Somebody was going to ask. I may have missed that in the chart, but somebody's going to ask. No, it is in fact. I don't know, what is that, Nick? It's like a Swiss water or something.
It is freshest Swiss mountain water. You couldn't get better water quality.
Nick
Trust me.
bottled that
Okay,
himself. in his
no,
backyard.
yeah, no. He says it's a Swiss mountain water. Nestle bottled that in a French sewer or something, man. Come on.
It could be. It's actually Swiss, though. It's actually Swiss, so you're
Okay.
good.
Okay, so it's if it's Swiss, it is neither basic nor acidic. It is completely balanced and completely neutral, right?
Yeah, you know, like I actually hiked into the mountains and filled up that bottle myself. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's very.
I know everything about it.
Did you actually blow the glass bottle itself?
Yeah, I mean, of
Okay.
course, we do that first with it's a family tradition, and then we hike into the mountains and get some water.
Okay,
but
all right.
guys,
Right
I
off a
see-
glacier too.
Exactly. No, I see the chat is exploding. The viewers are exploding. Like we're over 1.3K views already, which is amazing. Good to have you guys here. Keep in mind, we're gonna do the first giveaway very shortly. So make sure you're subscribed right now, because you can only type into the chat, which you need to do for the giveaway. You can only type into the chat if you're subscribed to this channel for at least 1 minute. So do this right now, because the giveaway is going to come shortly. And that's just the first one of many more to come, not just in this stream, but obviously also throughout the entire Tradeify TV, Tradeify TV era, we should say, which is going to be a very long time. So make sure to subscribe right now, and we're going to start the first giveaway very, very shortly.
Also, I want to say on a personal level, as I see the chat, I want to make sure as we go forward in this show, if you pass your first eval or you get your first payout from Tradeify, we want to know about it. We want you to put that in the stream because we want to celebrate you. You know, our long-term goal in this business, guys, is not just to get a single payout. It's get multiple payouts, get to a live account, be making very, very serious money within said live account. But that being said, there is nothing wrong with celebrating small milestones along the way, and we want to celebrate them with you. So make sure you let us know. Again, the chat moves very quick. If any of us fail to see that and on a future show, just please wait about 20 minutes and retype it. But if you pass your first eval, especially if you get your first payout, we want to know about it and we want to celebrate you. So going back to time frames here, guys, as we get ready for our first giveaway in just a second, I gotta say, you 1 minute traders, and I know there's some people out there that are on like 15, 30-second charts. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are just straight up nuts. Anything less than 5 minutes, and my anxiety goes from like a 2 to a 10. So I don't know how you guys do it.
To be fair, I have the 1 hour chart. I have the 1 hour chart up. Okay. So I do look at higher time frames, as I think you should, but you know, you know what? I'm gonna get into that later, but go ahead. I think
we are. Miriam, before I let Matt go ahead, I mean, why don't we just drop the first giveaway? Because I mean, come on, this is the first Tradeify stream. We have to do it. And guys, just to give you a little teaser for today, we have over 15 account giveaways. We have actually over 10K in cash prizes, and we do have a big sale later. So make sure to stay on this stream, because this first giveaway is not going to be the last. But now let's actually do the first one. We're going to give away a 50K straight to funded account. We're going to give away a 100K straight to funded account, and we're going to give away a 150K straight to funded account right here, right now.
That's a lot of giveaways, Nick. That's a lot of giveaways.
We're just going to start with that, you know? We got to bring the heat. So guys, in order to participate in this, type the word Tradeify in the chat, but only do it once in the YouTube chat right now. Type Tradeify, and you will automatically participate in this giveaway. Now, Matt, you can have it back.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, so this is how we're doing the giveaways, guys. Yeah, just if you type Tradeify more than once, you are disqualified. So only type that in when we tell you to.
You guys need to spell it right. You need to spell it right.
I was going to say, the number of people that are not spelling it right is very... It's on your screen. It's literally on your screen. What are you doing? That's all right. Actually, the majority of people are getting it right, which means I can already tell you we have a much smarter audience than some other streams, which shall remain nameless right now. But yeah, you guys that are leaving out the E, get your shit together. Come on. Wow, there's a lot of people here. And also make sure you're liking the stream, guys. Like we're coming with a very special message over the course of the coming weeks, months, and years. We're not going to shy away from telling you, we're going to have a lot of fun on this show. We've had some fun behind the scenes. We're going to bring a lot of that in front of the camera. But we're really looking to bring you some serious knowledge and some serious trading on a day-to-day basis. We're going to be building up to that. We're going to be working up to that as we see setups. NQ coming right into VWAP here about 40 minutes before the New York Open. So I'm a big VWAP trader, guys. And again, as I said, you're going to learn a little bit about our trading on a day-to-day basis and see us making more and more trades on a day-to-day basis as the show progresses. VWAP for me, Miriam, is one of my most important indicators that I'm looking at. I do base trades off of it, but I'm also going to be screening my trades based on above VWAP, below VWAP, moving towards VWAP, moving away from VWAP. Is that something you use? And if not, what is sort of your favorite indicator?
Yeah, I do use VWAP, and I don't know if you can see it on my chart right here. I'm trying to zoom into NASDAQ. Like I said, this is the 1 minute, or I'm sorry, not the 1 minute, the 1 hour. But right now we are bumping into VWAP, and it is something that I also use. So I don't like to clutter my charts with too much indicators. And I know some people might think there's a lot going on here, and I totally understand. But I think, for me, VWAP is something that I definitely like to use. I'm a big price action trader, though. That is something that I like to use. I like to use volume. I say, especially as a beginner trader, you really want to understand that indicators are not necessary by any means, right? Like, they're just solely meant to be there to help with confluence. And that's something that, as a beginner trader, I was using every indicator in the book, right? I was using VWAP, I was using the EMAs, I was using MACD and RSI and whatever, abbreviations you want to throw out there, right? And, like I said, it's very important to just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Learn to read a candlestick. That's something that I always push out, is like, understand what the story of a candlestick is telling you, and learn to read the price action, like where the buyers, where the sellers are sitting, what is happening on, if I go down to a 5-minute chart right now on NASDAQ, like, what is going on here, right? And I have volume sitting down here at the bottom. I use volume religiously. I like to look at where the momentum is coming from, where price action is coming from. So yes, I do use VWAP, but it's not my main source of, confluence. I like to use it in conjunction with other things. What about you, Matt? What do you use? Do you use VWAP?
So I'm a KISS trader. I keep it simple, stupid. And I remember, I go back to there was I started trading about 11 years ago. I started in small cap stocks, and so I started learning stock charting. Candlesticks were just kind of really blowing up at the time, or it started to a few years prior. I cannot recommend, guys, any learning material from a gentleman named Steve Neeson, Nison, who's sort of the OG of candlesticks, as it were. He and some of his colleagues went over to Japan, studied the candlesticks that have been used in the rice markets for hundreds of years, brought them back to the States, and integrated them with Western technical analysis. Anything you can get your hands on with him. A lot of it's out of print, check eBay, whatever. Great stuff. The other thing, place to start, actually, and I put the book behind me this morning. I'm in the process of building out my background. It'll get a little bigger in the coming weeks. The Discipline Trader by Mark Douglas, just mandatory viewing and mandatory reading, viewing, listening, however you consume your books. But I will say this, Miriam, so I would say about 40% of what I do is technical and about 60% is mental, right? It's just, I don't, and you'll see this throughout the course of this show. I really am against trying to take big losses. And I know we all are, right? Like, okay, well, yeah, that's real earth shattering, Matt. Don't take big losses. Thanks. Right. But one of the things that I do is I will not sit there and let a trade go heavy against me. Very often I will bail out of a trade that turns around and runs in my direction, and I'm okay with that. If you get out of a trade, show of hands, everyone, put a hand up or give me a 1 or a Y in the chat. How many of you have exited a trade for break even, slight loser, and it has turned around and run hard in the direction you originally wanted it to, right? Like, if I had more hands, I'd put them up. When people bring that to me, you know what I tell them? Welcome to trading, right? and I follow the principle, I'm right or I'm right out. Now, if I'm in a smaller position size, if I'm more in micros, and we will have some micros trading on this program as the weeks progress, I'm okay giving it a little room, but you're not going to see me take 30, 40, 50 handle losses in the NQ or 15, 20 handle losses in the ES. That's just kind of not my DNA. Now, to go back to a point we were talking about a little while ago, I agree with Nick. I am typically I'm a little closer to what I call an intraday swing trader as opposed to a day trader. I sometimes will hold trades for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, an hour, whatever. That has not been as prevalent over the course of the past couple of months. We are in a see green, take green mentality, right? If I'm sitting there with 25, 30 handles in the ES, I'm already planning my exit strategy, and I'm probably out of half to 2/3 of position. Miriam, I don't think we heard from you specifically. How have you changed your trading so far in calendar 2025?
Well, Matt, before we do that, I mean, everybody loves listening to psychology, and everybody loves listening to learn, or like listening to us to learn new stuff. But what they love even more are obviously giveaways. I mean, the chat is already full of comments asking for it, and we got the first big winner. I got to announce the first straight to funded 50K account goes to Stephen Kaiser. So congratulations. You can claim that account by going into YouTube Studio settings and changing your email to the email that you use with Tradeify, and then we're going to send you the code for that account later today. All right. And actually, now that we announced that, we're going to pull the 100K account winner next. So stay tuned for that. Now, Miriam, you can answer Matt's question.
I honestly forgot what you even asked me.
I think what I asked is I asked for your morning.
Are you looking at this?
I know it's going insane. It's going insane.
Going
This is what we get. Well, and you know, as I've done no show this big, but the shows I've done with a multinational audience, which we clearly have today. In fact, as we're kind of winding down the ones and the yeses from 5 minutes ago, I want everyone to tell me where you're from. And you don't have to be very specific. We don't need your address. But definitely just like if you're in the U.S., tell me what state you're from, or if you're from a big city, let me know. If you're from another country, let me know. That is I can guarantee we probably have, I'm going to say at least 20 to 30 countries that are going to be represented in this stream. But what I asked Miriam was specifically how you've adjusted your trading, especially your exits in calendar 2025 in this fundamental, this macro, this Trump tweet tariff driven market.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I've done that significantly helped me was just simply reducing my position size, right? Like I am not going in full porting like a degenerate. I mean, I don't normally do that.
No offense to all the degenerates on the stream.
Yeah, no offense. But you know, for me, I'm a lot more specific with how I size into my position. So I've been sizing down a lot more. You know, I'm normally, you know, I take minis, but I've been trading some micros, and that's absolutely okay. And so, like I said, this is something that you just need to be like a lot more intentional with this kind of market and decide, like, is this something that I really want to add risk to, right? The mentality of needing to trade or put on risk all the time, you know, take all these trades just to like make a few dollars. Like, is that really worth the mental capital that's going on versus your financial capital? Now you're putting both at risk, right? Like we've been seeing some crazy moves in the NASDAQ. And like I said, I love the volatility that comes with it, but you can make a lot of good money if you are just careful with your position sizing. Because here's the thing, like if you are in a position that, you know, we've been seeing the NASDAQ move hundreds, like 100 points. I was watching NASDAQ move 100 points in one minute candle. That's crazy, right? That's a lot going on in 1 minute. So when you see that happening, like you have to be very careful that you know where your stops are, you know what you're positioned into, because if you start sweating, right? If your palms are getting sweaty, you know,
knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on a sweater
like
already, mom spaghetti
sort of situation,
yeah.
Like you know your position too high. And you know, when we're talking about evals, especially the prop firm space, like we need to make sure that we are following our consistency rules, right? We are looking at our journals, which, by the way, if y'all haven't traded in Tradeify and seen the journals that we have in there, you're missing out. So you really
Speaking of the Tradeify journals, though, Miriam, we're behind on giveaways already. So Nick,
I was just about to say, I'm going to make this my new game for today. I'll just interrupt you guys all the time.
Yeah. Feel free.
We have so many giveaways.
All right. So we actually gotta get to pick the winner for the 100K straight to funded account, and I just got word from Brett himself, the man, the myth, the legend of Tradeify, that the winner of the 100K account is Jay Stonks Brandon. So congratulations to you. Again, same procedure here. Go into the YouTube studio, change your email to the Tradeify email that you use with us, and then we're gonna send you the code later today. And actually, you know what? We could just pull the next winner as well for the 150K straight to funded account. Guys, keep in mind, this is crazy. Like, this is a $500 value, all right? Which you're gonna get right now. And we're gonna do it actually. Let's do a countdown. Let's do that.
Ooh.
We're gonna do like 10.
You know what?
9,
Hold on. Before you say that,
8,
I
7,
need you guys to smash that like
6,
button.
5.
Smash the
Say it
like
again,
button.
Miriam. 4,
Do it.
3, 2, 1. We got yes. that sounds like
Okay, guys, the ones are not the giveaway.
said it
The ones are not the giveaway. We can knock off the ones. I love the energy, though. We've got an energetic crew here this morning.
We love the energy. No, no, the actual name of the winner on YouTube is BS. Don't be confused. So he won the 150K straight to funded account. And guys, keep in mind, these are just the first 3 account giveaways that we do today. We have over 15. We actually have 15 accounts that we give away. We have over 10K in cash prizes and a big sale coming. So stay tuned, stay on this stream. We're obviously not just going to talk about giveaways. We're also going to talk about the market, the price, as soon as market opens here. But yeah, let's give it back to Miriam. I think you were talking, right?
Well, I wanted everyone to smash that like button.
Oh, that was it.
We need to get that like button up. I want to see 200. I want to see it's at 136 right now. I want to see 200.
Yeah,
Oh, come on. We don't even have
We'll do
200
another
likes
giveaway.
yet. No, that's weak. That's weak, guys. Let's go.
We
But
gotta
if you
get
wanna
Let's go.
do-
Let's get that up. Those are rookie
Guys,
numbers.
if you want us to do another giveaway, you got to stop the ones for now. I mean, we love the energy, but we lose all the overview over this chat. So stop the ones for now. We're gonna do another giveaway in a sec. All right. And is at BS YouTube name BS here in the chat. Make sure to change your email in YouTube Studio to your Tradeify email, and we'll send you.
We're at 1,200 likes.
I'm being told that I'm seeing the wrong number here. So clearly I'm seeing the wrong numbers. But go ahead and
It's the first show. We're fine.
Yeah, you're good, Miriam. You're good.
All right, we're at 1,300 now. All right,
Yeah,
that's much
now we're
better.
talking.
I like that.
All right, price action, guys, coming into we've gone all the way from below the -2 standard deviation off of VWAP in the NQ all the way up to the +1 standard deviation. Coming in right in here at about the 21,200 level, which was, well, it wasn't resistance or support earlier, but we really pinned to that price action. And guys, this shows you just some of what we're seeing over the course of the past few months, where there's times the markets react and then don't have a clue after that, right? Like we came down basically from the 21,200 level. We went down not quite 200 full points, and our ATR, our 5-minute ATR in the NQ is about 28 here, which is pretty good for pre-market. Probably means we're going to get some movers today. But basically, between the hours of 6:20 and 8 o'clock Central Time, we've gone nowhere. We had a nice move down, a nice move up. Now, I'm not somebody that typically trades much before the New York Open. It's lessons from back in my options days, guys. Liquidity is king. So the most liquid times and when the big boys are affecting the market and moving between technical levels is when I want to trade. Nick, I know you trade a lot of the European session because of where you're located, correct?
I do. I actually trade the London session for 2 hours, which is happening 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. EST. So I'm usually done when you guys start waking up, which is a pretty good feeling, not gonna lie. But when I look at that, obviously for me, a big zone that I'm looking at, or important levels that I'm looking at, are the levels from the Asian session, right? Looking at the highs from there, looking at the lows from there, because usually during London session, we see a grab of liquidity, which also happened today, by the way. We have the Asian session, which kind of was slow, more like a barcodey kind of price action. And then at right away at 7 a.m. EST, we got a liquidity grab on the top and then fell down almost, what was that, like 200 points, right? Before we then reversed when the news came out. So for me, I look at the Asian range and then obviously at the London range for the US session. Miriam, what is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the same thing. With futures, the beauty behind futures is you get that overnight data, right? And as someone who's trading from the West Coast, Southern California, type in chat if you guys are representing. For me, it's really nice to have that data. And I don't start trading. For me, my market starts, New York session starts at 6:30 in the morning. So, it's really nice to have that overnight session of data to look at. So for me, a lot of what I look at is, what's the range that we were in the overnight session? And then in addition to that, where were we at in relation to the previous day? So a lot of that information will give me an idea as to how I'm going to trade, what my position size will be, the type of setups and the ratings for them. And essentially what I'm looking at. So really, if I'm looking at the NASDAQ right now, like I said earlier, we really held yesterday's low. We kind of peaked below it, kissed below it a little bit. And then, we're just rallying from here. So we really made this nice V recovery. And now we're just kind of sitting flat, right? We're sitting flat in the overnight session. We haven't really done much. Market's about to open in about 25 minutes here, the New York session. So for me, when I look at this, I'm kind of like, I don't have high conviction, right? My biggest thing is, are bulls going to be able to break above this pre-market high, right? Are we going to be able to sustain above this 21,242 area? And then really what we have is yesterday's range. We had this nice big move to the upside yesterday, and then we kind of sold off, right? A lot of this was due to the bond auction, but I want to see, how are we going to do in this range? We might chop, right? When I see a big move like this, I'm like, I don't really have much conviction. I'm not really enticed to put on risk, right? So that's really what I'm looking at here. But it looks like we might have. Do we have another giveaway?
Actually, I have one. Yeah, I have one. I'm gonna make. You know what? I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be making this one about myself, guys. We're gonna give away a 50K straight to funded account, and to participate, type the word Nick in the chat. Go on, let it flow. Type Nick, and you're gonna be participating for a 50K straight to funded account right now. I want to see those. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Very good. We're going to announce the winner shortly. And we do have more giveaways today, of course, but we're going to slow it down in a bit for the market open coming up in...
Remember to only enter once, guys.
Yeah, there we go, Matt. Yeah. Matt, what is it that you're looking for now that we're at Merriam?
Well, it's actually, I don't like the last hour. When we... especially pre-market or, in the before the New York future session, when we make a big move and immediately reverse it, that tells me the markets are making the shruggy guy emoji, right? Like they don't have a damn clue right now. Cause we see a move, one of the things that I learned early in my career, it's not necessarily about the move. It's about the reaction to the move, right? Every move has a reversal or every move has a continuation. Maybe not right away, maybe not on the time frame or the quite the momentum that we're looking for, but every move has some sort of reaction move. And when the reaction move is just to wipe the move out, and now it looks like we're kind of stalling out right about at that 21,200 level, that tells me I'm staying out of the first 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna I don't trade much between 9:30 and 9:45 anyway. Usually about 9:45 to 11:30 is where I do my most damage, is where I make that's where I pay myself, right? But right here again, when we come right back into the zone, and let me draw a zone here on the chart. This isn't exact here, guys, but basically we're just hugging this level. All right. And we're not really getting much momentum. The momentum we got away, we came right back to that level. So that tells me 21,200 may be, again, there's support, there's resistance, and then there's what we call pinning action, right? And so we seem to be a little pinned to that level. So now the good news is if we get another move away from it, we could play for a reversal back to that level. But honestly, guys, the last couple of days in the markets have just really been indecisive. Not to say we haven't had moves, right? Like Miriam talked about the bond auction move yesterday, but it just seems like other than the fundamentally driven moves, we can't really get out of our own way. We get into a little bit of a chop fest, and quite frankly, that's a difficult proposition for anyone to trade. That, you know, as I think Miriam refers to as the barcode trading. So, guys, you know, I treat today like I treat every day. If I see a setup, I take a setup. If I see some green, I'm taking some green. But right now, I honestly don't have a bias going into the open. I'm just going to kind of clear my head and see where we go. I don't know what you guys think.
And also, Matt, just wanted to mention that. I mean, if you take a trade, you're going to let the people in the chat know, right? So we're going to be live trading.
Absolutely.
We're going to be live trading here on Tradeify TV. So that's going to be super exciting. Looking forward to see that from you guys. And I can now announce the giveaway winner with the code Nick. Thank you for participating, everybody. We have actually a winner. It's going to be a straight to funded 50K account, and the winner is Tradeify. If that's your username right now, Tradeify, you are the winner. Make sure to go into the YouTube studio, change your email to the email that you're using with Tradeify, and we're going to send you the code for that account later today. Miriam, you can answer Matt's question.
See, you can't be doing this because now I don't even remember what the question was.
I knew that's going to happen. I knew that's going to happen. So I'm going to keep doing that. You know?
Listen, when we go straight from a giveaway, like we gotta hype it up. I mean, I want more of these likes going on, guys. So, you know, it's just popping off. I'm loving this energy that you guys are bringing today. Keep it up. You know, we got a lot more. Actually, in fact, we're doing our next giveaway very soon. So
this one's going to be even better. I'll announce it in, let's say, 4.5 minutes. All right. So whoever is talking, doesn't matter if it's you, Matt, or Miriam, I'll just interrupt the shit out of you for that giveaway.
We got giveaways to give out. Okay. You get it.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to, you know, the charts here. So we got about, like I said, 20 minutes until this New York session opens. And yeah, we're kind of just stuck in this range. But I want to understand, Matt, because I guess going back to what you had mentioned about, you know, you don't like to overstay your welcome in the markets either, it sounds like.
No,
and
definitely
so,
not.
Right. So when you're looking for more of that bigger move, you know, me and Nick kind of go on this, you know, quick scalp, 1 minute, like degenerate sort of style of trading. But for you really like to look at more of a bigger time frame. So can you walk us through like what you're looking at specifically in the pre-markets, but also like when you're looking at from a, you know, you want that bigger move, what are you looking at? Like I want everyone to know, because maybe you might convince me. You might convince me to move to a bigger time frame. Who knows? It might happen.
Yeah, you know, you say that, and I know you're just trying to flatter, and that's all right. For those of you that obviously none of you, well, short of our executive team here, have seen some of our early streams and been around for some. Mary and I we're going to battle a little bit over the course of the coming months. She's kind of a little bit of a contrarian, and I'm a little more of a trend person. Nick is going to have to referee from time to time, but I will. That's all right.
I'll make sure there won't be any fights breaking out. You know, so I'm glad.
No, it's. I joke, it's all good. But it's really interesting as we got to know each other a little bit when we all met up a couple of weeks ago. Is that we do really see the markets in a lot of different ways, which is a benefit to you guys, right? You know, there's going to be some of you guys over the course of the days, weeks, months, and we're all on Twitter. We'll put our usernames in the chat here in a little bit, so you're welcome to follow us for any insights and stuff that we're doing throughout the day. I like to post little videos behind the scenes and all that of what's going on, and we'll promo and hype some of the shows. We got 3 minutes till the next giveaway, so I'll just take you really quickly through kind of my 90 seconds here to get through my morning routine, and then after the giveaway, I'll let you guys go over what you do as we're preparing for the New York Open. So for me, usually I'm at my desk about 2 hours before the New York Open, spend about 30-45 minutes looking at charts, catching up on news. Nothing significant. I'm nursing my coffee. I'm waking up. I go upstairs. I between my fiance and I, we have 6 pets, so it's feeding time at the zoo. The dog needs to go out, and all of that. There will be pets on this stream at some point. They like to wander down and make their appearances. We got a couple of divas among the group, so I'm sure we'll We'll see them at some point. But guys, about this time is where I'm really trying to clear my head, right? And this is actually, and it's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing with you guys, and we will do this on future streams. I'll take you through kind of my mental routine as we lead into the Open. We have too many giveaways and stuff to do that today, but basically, I have kind of a short secular-based meditation that I'll do. Just close my eyes, concentrate on the breath for about 2 to 3 minutes. I used to hype myself up before the trading day started, especially when I was an options trader, and I found that really puts me in the wrong mindset to trade. We should be calm. We should be cool. We should be collected. Emotion should not be interfering. We should be Vulcan-like for those Trekkies out there. And so for me, the last 20 to 30 minutes before the New York Open is where I'm really trying to calm myself down. And guys, if you're somebody who's like blasting, rap or heavy metal or something, I'm keyed up. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Open the markets. Let's go. Calm the F down a little bit, right? And that's something that, because I used to be that way, right? Like I got Metallica blaring in the background, but that doesn't put you in the right mindset, guys. In my opinion, anyone who tells you to eliminate emotions from your trading is asking for something that's impossible. There's going to be emotions. The key is to not respond to them and not let them intrude in your decision making. And again, we're going to be talking a lot about that in the coming weeks, months, years on this show. So, guys, Nick's been stealing some of these giveaways here. So I'm going to grab this one coming up here at 9:15 Eastern. We are going to be picking a 100K sim to fund it. So you're going to now type Matt, M-A-T-T, 2 T's, in the chat. So we're going to be doing that. You have 2 minutes to do that. We will be picking the winner at that point.
Sneaky, Matt. Sneaky.
Yeah, I slipped right in there and grabbed it from you. That's that's what I do.
What I just thought is you just called me a psycho for using the 1 minute chart, but then you tell me you hype yourself up with music.
Well, I used to. Okay.
Matt is a recovering psycho.
I'm a recovering hype man from the morning. Yes, okay, that's exactly it.
For the fact that you're not doing that anymore, I'll give you that giveaway. So anybody
I appreciate that.
Win that account, 100K straight to fund, and put Matt in the chat. That's
all right. Yeah, just drink your vodka, Nick. That's
all right. I'll get to it.
So as long as we're covering morning beverages, Miriam, what's your beverage choice first thing in the morning? You coffee, you espresso, you tea? What do you got?
I've been a matcha girl lately. I know. You know what? Before you even say it, I know.
What? Why do you assume I'm gonna say something?
Because I already know. I just know. I have this inkling. Like I just feel it. But here's the thing. Yes, matcha, for me, matcha has been my go-to. It's not normally like the first thing that I go to, but it's been growing on me. Some people say, it kind of tastes like earth or hay or grass, but the health benefits are there. The health benefits are real. And you know what? Call me a Southern Cali girl for that, but I like my matcha. Right now I have my Hydro Flask with just some clean, fresh water in it.
You know what, Miriam? We have everything in the chat from what the hell is matcha to Matt, you have to try matcha. So I think we're representing well here.
There may be some time in the future we're all in the same location doing this show for a special day or week or something like that. And if and when that happens, Miriam, I will drink matcha with you.
You know what?
Even though I do not know what the hell it is, but I will drink it with you.
We're gonna have our matcha and go on our hot girl walk. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I want to.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I got to break. Where are my Midwest people at on the street? Where's my Midwest? You can either be like where I'm from, kind of the normal Midwest, or you can be from from up in Minnesota there, like kind of up in the upper Midwest. I can slip right into that accent. I'll do a whole show like I'm from upper Wisconsin, eh? Illinois here. All right. Okay, that's Midwest. Michigan, Columbus. Thankfully, the real people, the salt of the earth. All right, so we've got let's do our giveaway here. So as soon as our executive team lets me know who won, I will put that out there. Boy, people from all over the place. Indiana, all right. I spent a good deal of my life in Indiana.
So we have
Ohio.
All over the world.
This is nuts. All right, so congrats at Donna H. You have won a 100K straight to funded account. Make sure, guys, you go to your YouTube channel. Donna, make sure you go to your YouTube channel, and under YouTube Studio, make sure the email there is the same email you have with Tradeify. After the stream, all the codes, everything's going to be sent out. But again, your email has to match your Tradeify account. So we are now 12 minutes to the New York Open. So guys, we're going to lock in. Nick, we're going to start with you. We're going to go Nick Merriam, and then we'll come back to me. Give me what you're watching in the indexes to start, and then I'll take a little look at gold and oil as well. So why don't you guys cover the indexes for us here?
Yeah, that sounds good. So right now we have 11 minutes, barely 11 minutes until the open. And obviously we had the big move to the downside after the Asia session liquidity grab, which let me actually mark this out for you, which was right here. We had the big move to the downside, which ultimately bounced right when the news were announced at 8:30. And we're now back in that range from the London session. So for me, what I'm really looking forward to is I want to wait for the 15-minute opening range to form, because before the 15-minute opening range forms, I usually don't do anything. Like, you're going to see that as a pattern with me. When you join this stream, you're not going to see me do anything. So I'm just going to wait for the first 15 minutes. And then I want to see either a breakout clearly up here and approaching the weekly open again, or obviously like a breakdown out of the opening range and then approaching previous week mid. Because if we look at the levels here, that is on the 15-minute chart, by the way, guys. I'm going to make this a bit smaller here. The previous week midpoint was right here at the 20,950-ish level. And we do still have on the 15-minute some gaps to fill. So I'm looking forward to those levels and seeing how market reacts there, or then to the upside. As I said, once we approach weekly open, that's when I would start looking for longs, or anywhere between the Asia session high and the weekly open. So that's it for me. That's on NASDAQ and on ES. Obviously, look, usually they form the same pattern, so I'm just comparing the two, but usually my focus is on NASDAQ on the 1-minute chart. Yes, sorry, Matt, and the 15-minute chart. But Merriam, what are you looking for?
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Yeah, you know, I think for me, one of my biggest things is I'm just, like I said, I'm really looking at this range right here on ES and NASDAQ. So right now we are respecting this 30-minute, I think it's a 1-hour trend line that I have here on ES and NASDAQ. So we came right back up to it. We retested it. Now what I would be really looking for is I want to see us actually break down this area here. We have what I call a demand zone on ES and NASDAQ sitting on ES is sitting around the 5,800, 5,815 area. And you know, we might bounce on this level, we might not, who knows? But I would like to see us, I want to see what the reaction is at this level and at the pre-market low. You know, I don't know if we're going to be taking a trade today, but you know, I think you guys need to see what the man behind the scenes, Drew, our producer, has for us today. Put up our little graphics, Drew. I want to see those. Let the chat see those too.
Nice. There you go.
And you know, we want you guys to stick around after the open. We obviously have so much more giveaways, $10,000 in cash prizes, and possibly a big little surprise from Brett himself, the man, the myth, the legend. So I want y'all to stick around. We have about 8 minutes left until the market open. We're going to be giving our next giveaway at 9:45 Eastern. So make sure you stick around for that.
100%. And in the meantime, let's see what happens. So definitely do not leave here. All right. The chat is super active right now. We see a lot of comments, and also we're going to give the opportunity throughout the Tradeify TV sessions. We're going to give the opportunity to ask questions, not just to us, but also to guests. That is not right now, but you can look forward to that as well. So Matt, right now that Merriam and I talked about what we're looking at, I want to hear you. What are you looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys kind of covered a little bit of the indexes, and while I am primarily with you guys an index trader, on this show we don't want to neglect gold and oil. Those are two pretty highly liquid instruments. In case of oil, very liquid. literally liquid. So in gold, guys, gold is something that for me, I traded a decent amount of gold when I first got started. I've been a full-time futures trader for about 6 years. And I traded a lot of gold when I first started, but really kind of about 2 years ago, gold started getting kind of weird and moving kind of weird. So I really didn't trade it much. I've been getting back to it a lot over the course of the last couple of months. We have a really nice wedge pattern here going on the 4 hour in gold. I'm personally looking for a breakout above here, especially if the indexes continue down. There's a chance I'm going to be looking for stuff around that 3360 level. I'm not sure we get there while we're on stream, but at the same time, that's an area I'm going to be watching. Now, as far as oil is concerned, now, first of all, guys, let's just acknowledge what a scam oil can be sometimes, at least when it relates to gas prices. Oil's been down how much over the, we got below 60 bucks a barrel, yet gas prices haven't barely dropped. I still have to shop around a little bit to find the premium for my car, but yeah, it's we've been getting some really good movement here on oil. Sort of a kind of a combination. As you guys know, I'm a big believer in zones, and you can see I always have the midpoint jump up on the zone because within zones, and especially time period zones, and this is something I'm going to talk about as our show progresses. Like the 5-day range, the 3-week range is stuff I'm paying close attention to. Miriam and Nick are very big on highs and lows and midpoints from previous days action as well. So we kind of do have a little bit of that in common. So this area right here at about, we're going to call this 60, the midpoint of this zone. I'm looking for a move down there. And then quite frankly, at that point, I'm looking for a little bit of a bounce. So these are areas that I'm going to be watching. This is one thing we're going to try to do as we lead into the New York Open every day. We're going to try to give you some areas on the chart to watch. That doesn't necessarily mean we will or won't be taking a trade there. Guys, one thing I can promise you on this show, we're never going to take a trade just for the sake of taking a trade. We're going to take a trade when we have a chance to talk about it and set it up and give you guys some potential. And I'm also going to be giving you guys some various trade ideas throughout the day as well. Again, trade at your own risk. And guys, don't just blindly follow into anything or do it, because again, you may be watching the stream, just judging by the comments, you may be on this stream, a minute, 2 minutes behind, whatever. Even if you're 10 minutes behind, the knowledge that we're dropping on you guys on a day-to-day basis is still going to help you quite a bit. But don't blindly jump into any trades, guys, and make sure, as always, you're managing your risk. The first year of any new trader's career, guys, is always the only way I'm judging you. If I'm working with a new client or I'm talking to somebody, I'm coaching somebody, and you're in your first year, the only way I'm going to judge you is how well you manage risk and keeping your losses down. If you're sitting there trying to get $700, $800, $900 wins, you shouldn't be taking $700, $800, $900 losses. Risk management is a big thing we're going to be talking about on the show. In fact, Coach Tank is going to be making appearances on this show to talk about managing risk and getting even more deeply into some of the trader psych stuff. And also he'll coach us because no, you guys are free to interrupt.
Guys, I just got to say something real quick. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the love in the chat. I'm not really sure why you all are dropping my name, but we gotta wait. The giveaway is not yet. Okay, we haven't even dropped what we need to drop in the chat yet. So as much as I'm feeling the love, I need y'all to. Drop for the moment.
Nick, are you feeling a little neglected right now? I'm feeling a little neglected right now.
The thing is this. They're doing the same as they do with price. They're just thinking something's going to happen because we said Nick is a giveaway. We said Matt is a giveaway. And now they're thinking Miriam is a giveaway, but it's not. Guys, stop it.
Don't anticipate, guys. Same as in trading. Don't anticipate a move before it happens. Don't anticipate a giveaway.
I don't know if it's my name or something else.
Yeah, but guys, let's actually lock in. We have 2.5 minutes before the market open. Also at 9:45, we have PMI news, so keep that in mind too. And let's wait and see what it gives us. Matt and Miriam, you're waiting for the 15-minute opening range to form as well, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm sorry. I just read Miriam's the matcha mommy, and that just I'm taking that. That's it.
If you don't have a T-shirt with that on it by next week, somebody's not doing their jobs.
That was gold. I love that. Matcha mommy. Oh man. All right, let's lock in, guys. So, like I said, right now we are respecting this trend line here on ES. And if you can switch to my chart real quick, Drew, my G. We have some data. We have some data coming out in about 17 minutes right now, right before, or the market's going to drop in about 2 minutes, but we have data also coming out. So one of the things you had mentioned, Matt, and I think Nick, is we all like to look at that first 15 minutes, right? The first 15-minute opening range. A lot of people are probably familiar with this being called the orb, right? The opening range breakout. So I want to let the market settle, right? I want to see what we're going to do. What are the bulls going to be in charge? Are the bears going to be in charge? How are we going to be respecting these levels and these ranges, right? So really allow the markets to just settle in, right? The institutional investors are going to come in, and it's going to be a time where, you know, you just want to stay patient. The opening range breakout, what I look for is I really just want to see where we're at in the first 15 minutes. So what I'm looking for is, you know, the first 15 minutes of the open, I look in, I mark out the ranges, and we'll do this together on the charts when we get there. But again, we have data coming out at that 15-minute point. So just be patient, guys. Be patient. There's no reason to be chasing a trade. There's no reason to be looking at something going crazy and then having to jump in. There's always room for a trade to happen in your favor. So I don't know if you guys want to add anything else to that, because we got about 1 minute left.
Well, I just want to acknowledge that people are understanding the work that I put on my hair every single day. I just, it feels nice to be noticed sometimes. So yes, actually just shaved right before we came on stream here. So I appreciate. You notice we have the on the left side of your screen, we have us set up in descending order.
5 seconds, Matt.
Yeah, who has to spend the most time on their hair in the morning. All right, guys, we are at the New York Open. Ding ding, MFers. Let's get going. So for me, what I'm watching right now, guys, is this first 5-minute candle. I'm looking for the range on the candle. I'm looking for and direction on the candle. I'm looking for volume delta on the candle. So that's something. I have a little volume delta down here, guys. I'm not as hooked into the number, like it's plus this or my, but I want to see trends. And you see, we've seen a pretty solid trend of the buyers taking over here as we move towards the open. So to me, it's especially the first 3 5-minute candles, the 15-minute orb. And I'm not saying I take a trade off that. I do sometimes, but those breaks are going to be the first key to direction and where we're going. Now, right now, just about 30 seconds in here, 50 seconds in, we're not getting too big of a move. Also, guys, little tip, I always put a big vertical line on my chart at the New York Open, just so when I'm looking at it, and especially now where we're just getting so much action pre-market and post-market, I know exactly where that New York session begins. So, Miriam, what are you doing when the markets first opens? 6:30 Pacific time. What are you looking at right now?
You know, right now, like I said, I'm really just waiting to see how we digest this initial, these last moves that we've got on the 5-minute. So, we got that move to the downside. We held yesterday's low on both futures. And now what I really want to see is if futures can stay in sync. I think that's one of the biggest things that I really like to see when I'm trading the indices. You know, we do see that, sometimes NASDAQ will move a little bit more than the ES and, vice versa. But I want to see that synchronicity first and foremost. Second, right now, like I said, we're just kind of still chopping in this range. So for bulls, what I want to see is bulls, can they break the pre-market high, right? Can they break that pre-market high? And that pre-market high on NASDAQ is currently sitting at the 21,242 area. Okay. So if we can break that and actually hold, I might be interested in taking a long. Now, if we reject that area, because we do have some congestion sitting at the top as well. If we do reject that area, I would like to see us, like I said, break that pre-market low. So we do have quite a range. I don't have too much conviction on either side right now, just because we are kind of stuck in yesterday's range. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. Are ES and NASDAQ going to stay consistent? Yesterday, it was kind of difficult to trade the ES because the NASDAQ was really moving and ES was kind of struggling. So I don't like days like that where, one is struggling more than the other, because it does make it a little bit more difficult to trade the indices. But that being said, I mean, like I said, we're not really doing much. And I want to see that the market's going to be digesting how the news is going to come out, and, kind of just go from there. So.
Yeah, I think you're making a point here with the news coming out. I mean, that's usually how it is, right? If we're waiting for 9:45 data, then it's not going to move that much before that happens. So I think it's all a matter of just staying patient right now. That's also why if we go to my chart, you can only see the 5-minute and 15-minute, because if I go right now, and I usually trade the 1 minute, but if I go to the 1 minute right now, I'm gonna go crazy because I'll see moves up and down, and even though they're not that crazy right now, they're not that big moves, I'm still gonna be FOMO triggered. So for me, it's just waiting out until that 15-minute opening range has formed, which has now just gotten larger as we speak, and I'm just literally adjusting my box here until we're done with the first 15 minutes. So
you can turn off your camera for a few minutes if you need to do that. Okay, I was waiting for you on that one. No.
I'll go to sleep.
Well, yeah, I mean, it actually, you guys don't know, Nick goes to bed right after this stream is done. He's what time is there right now, Nick?
Right now it's 3:30, so 3:34.
3:30. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I know I'm not gonna go to sleep after this stream. Like I don't know at your age at what time you go to bed, but I do not after this stream. I'm good. I'll have a couple hours between that. So
all right, so we're pulling in pretty strongly here at we're definitely below VWAP. This is a really nice opening 5-minute candle here as we get ready to switch it over here in under 30 seconds. I think this gives us something to work with here. Would love to see a test of the lows here, or these. I don't know if these are actually the pre-market. Yeah. Would love to see a test down here. I think if we break through the lows, guys, nice little potential trade idea. Again, we're a long way away from this, but a breakdown below probably about 2150. I think we could get down to 21,000. I would love to see that happen. And even if we miss a potential opportunity there, I think there's going to be some action between 2140 and 21,000 to pop us up. We're sort of coming right out of some areas of consolidation if you pull the chart back a little bit here. So yeah, but as you said, we have PMI coming up in 10 minutes, and anything related to price, inflation, et cetera, is going to be, I don't care what your ticker, your newsfeed tells you, if it's low, medium, high importance. Anything related to price and inflation right now is high importance, because that's going to tie directly into the Fed's interest rate decisions, which, everyone has been a little more contentious, and there's still this battle brewing between the Fed and President Trump, right? We're going to talk a lot about that as things move on. I don't think that they're going to tolerate not dropping the rates. And listen, I'm not going to say that's smart. It's not whatever. Like we leave our opinions at home when it comes to trading, because there's people with a lot more money, a lot more time, and a lot more brains than us that are making these decisions and influence these markets. We're just hoping to be along for the ride. But yeah, this is PMI has definitely been, of course, we're now running right back in kind of up into this zone. This seems like a market that's in indecision so far, Nick. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same as you, honestly. And I'm going to do this right now just to illustrate my point. Obviously, I would usually not do that. But if I open my 1-minute chart here, we already see it. It's an up and down. I've marked out the 15-minute range so far. We're 6 minutes in, and I'm just waiting for that full 15 minutes to form. Miriam, how about you?
Yeah, I'm waiting as well. I mean, like I said, it's really tough when you're trading on smaller time frames. And Nick, you can probably attest to this, but when you're looking at say, for example, if I go to a 1-minute chart, right? On a 1-minute chart, when you're looking at this move right now, you're getting excited, right? You're getting real excited, and you might enter a short right down here, right? And then you're gonna get totally shaken out of this, right, at this pullback. Now I do have this level sitting here at 21,114 area, which looks like we just bounced right at. But for me, I'm not super convinced right now. I'm just going to be waiting on days like this where we have data, where we have some things going on in the market. I'm not, there's nothing pushing me to take a trade, and I think that's something, as someone who trades such a small time frame, you have to shake yourself out of these like big moves that happen and just be a little bit more like diligent. Go back to a 5-minute chart if you need to, right? Like for me, a 5-minute and 2-minute for me are the sweet spots. So when I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, I'm like, well, we haven't done anything, and we're pretty much flat on the morning, right? We're literally sitting at the open. So when I'm looking at this, I really honestly, on days like this, I want to wait for the first 15 minutes. I'm not touching anything. Plus, we also got a giveaway in about less than 10 minutes. So don't forget that, guys.
That's going to be exciting. Also, like for me personally, and I know Matt doesn't like to sit on his hands. I don't either, but I have a tool. I mean, a simple one. I'm old school now with this. The good old fidget spinner. Literally, it could be a ball, could be anything to fidget around with. Whenever you need to wait, and you know you need to wait, like, and you're afraid that you FOMO into any trades, like just do something that is something different than taking a trade. So that has really helped me, Miriam. I don't know, Matt, what do you usually do? Because as I said, you're not sitting on your hands as far as I know.
Well, I don't like the phrase sitting on hands because I believe that implies not having a plan and not following a plan. If you have a trading plan, a trading setup, a trading playbook, whatever you want to refer to it, that that you know has a statistical edge, you know it has a statistical edge because you've tested it, back tested it, et cetera, et cetera. You're not just blindly following along with something. Then I can put my hands on my desk, right? I'm good. I don't need to sit on them because that's, you know, kind of weird. But no, I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, no, I agree actually with a couple people in the chat. I'm not taking anything right here, but I am eyeing up a nice little breakdown. I think potentially a move below that 114 level, 114, 115. I think we could retest the lows of the day. I'm just trying to kind of figure out where I would want my potential entry to be.
Also, in the meantime, what I really would love to hear is from the chat. Like, guys, what are you doing when you have to wait? Because I'm guessing right now a lot of people are waiting, looking at the charts, hoping for a move, finally breaking out. What are you doing to overcome that period of just waiting? Let us know in the chat. We want to hear it. Somebody says snacking. That's a good idea. click buttons, just waiting. Shuffling a deck of cards. All right.
Bullet chess.
Bullet chess.
That's a good one.
That's a good idea. If the person who's doing bullet chess, try what's it called? Dang it, I lost it. But it's a form of chess where you can move every single piece, and you can only move it like you can move every single piece, but only after 5 seconds. So if you move one piece, you have to wait 5 seconds until you can move it again. I think it's called Kung Fu chess. Could that be? But that's a great idea for you if you like chess. Matt, I see you're pulling up the Renko charts. What are you looking at?
Yeah, right, I'm looking at. I use Renko charts occasionally, guys. If you're not familiar with them, highly encourage you. I would not encourage them as a primary chart type, but definitely a secondary chart type. Potential. Gosh, this is gonna happen right at the data release, so I got to be careful there. But I think below. So let's see. Yeah, 140 might be an area for a potential short. We just keep rejecting these higher levels here at 170, 180, etc. I'm not sure especially since the open, the price action doesn't show as much conviction as I like. So it would be a smaller position trade, maybe somewhere in the 7 to 8 micro range. That's why I pulled up the micros here. That's kind of what I'm looking at. For a possibility, but I like the entry there because it gives me about 20 or so handles down to the -1 standard deviation where I can start taking some profit. So, but we're just not, we're kind of popping up there.
I want to know what the chat thinks. What does the chat think? Like, what do you think? Bear, bulls, who's going to be in charge today? Where do you have your money on today? Are we going to end the day green? Are we going to end the day red? We're going to throw up a poll here in a bit. I want to see what you guys think in the chat today. So let us know. It looks like the bulls are kind of coming in right now, but anything can happen.
That is going to be interesting. Let's see, guys, use the poll in the chat to let us know if you're bullish or bearish for today. I see right now we're at 58% bullish, 57% bullish. Let's see how that evolves.
Yeah, this move up here negates my potential short down at 140. I'd need to see a fresh setup down there. I also want to be careful because we're kind of getting right into the lower end of this 4-hour zone on the NQ here down at about 21,000. It's going to be, I mean, I'll say this and the markets can make me look stupid, but that's part of what being in the prognostication business is. I kind of feel like I'm not sure we have the juice today to really get a strong punch down below this zone. I think if that was going to happen, it would have. Now, again, news can come out. The PMI flash could be pretty ugly here. But right now, it just, again, we're just kind of chopping around a little bit since the New York Open. We haven't seen a whole lot of conviction. We see a big volume delta candle right at 9:30. The next two are sort of, I'd call them bullish-ish, if we can make that word. But yeah, let's get through the PMI flash, and then maybe we can get make make
Yeah,
something
but
make something
you
happen
know
here.
what? You know what, Matt? What's even more exciting than the PMI flash is we could
A
do
giveaway?
We could do another giveaway. How do you like that? I mean,
I think we already have one set up for.
we could do it at the same time as PMI comes out. You know, shouldn't trade the news anyway. So let's see. We could do something like that. But the chat right now on the poll for the bias is saying 60% bullish, 40% bearish. All right. All right. 61% bullish. The bulls are starting to win this. Actually, you know what? Should we do the giveaway right now? Mariam, do you want to take it over?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just waiting to hear what the information is for the giveaway, because we don't know which
The
one
thing
it's
is,
gonna be yet.
the thing is, we have so many things to give away
But
today.
you know what? You know what? Here's the thing. We saved the best for last. Okay. I know you guys like my name before. So type Miriam
Smart.
once, not like, don't spam it, okay? Just once in the chat and get entered to win a $150 account. Not $150, $150K, okay? $150K. That's a lot. That's our
Straight
biggest.
to funded. Straight to
account.
funded.
Just once, though. Just once. Straight. This is a straight to funded $150K account.
Oh,
All right?
yeah. Smart that he now pulled out the Mariam card. I like that.
Now I
They're
see
so
y'all
used to
popping up.
typing it at this point.
They already have it on Control V, Control C, Control V, you know? They already got the Mariam saved.
We're
You
gonna
gotta-
be picking this winner in a few minutes here, but only type it once. If you type it multiple times, you will be disqualified. We'll pick it in about 3 minutes or so. We have the data coming in now.
And
Let's
guys,
do
after
it.
that, we have even more giveaways. Like we literally just got started. So make sure to stick around. Make sure to like Tradeify TV, the stream right now. Make sure to subscribe in order to participate in the giveaway. And yeah, let's get back to the charts. Matt, your charts.
Yeah,
are
I'm
moving
waiting for the flash, the PMI flash to come through. Since it just popped 25 seconds ago, I'm waiting for it to hit my news feed. Kind of much ado about nothing, at least in the early reaction. Right now, it's just a day driven by the algos, right? It's
very much.
yeah. I mean,
Also, just to be clear, because we talked a lot about the 50-minute opening range. Right now, I mean, obviously that range has formed now. The range is on NASDAQ between the 21,220 level on the upside to the downside, going to the 21,114. So if you want to mark that up on your charts, everybody, that really, really helps you to understand what's happening. But right now, as we had it in the last couple of days, I mean, it's a bit barcodey, right, Madam Mariam?
Yeah, we're not really doing much. Like, I mean, you know, I have this trend line sitting here on ES and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is really respecting this trend line. We have we're very top wick heavy, which when I see that, you know, I need more conviction from the bulls. Like, it doesn't give me a lot to say, you know, I'm screaming long. And that's not to say because I am naturally a bear, right? And word on the street is my name is Beronce. So, you know, I'm very much taking that name to the street. Listen, Matt, Matt, you're just jealous that you don't have a street name, okay? Anyways,
you're right.
You know what,
You're right.
Mariam? You know,
Here in the Midwest, if I want to get Nick's attention, I just say, "Hi, Nick. Hey," or "Oh, let me squeeze past you there."
guys,
So,
speaking of the street, now that you're talking about street names, I mean, guys, chat, we aren't just here for the giveaways, right? Okay, don't be a hoe on the street for these. Just make sure to stick around for the rest too, because we do have.
All right,
didn't
have Nick saying that line. Did not have Nick calling people hoes today on the stream.
Besides giveaways, we teach a lot. We live trade. We have guests, and who knows? Maybe later today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Brett Simba himself coming on. But who knows? Maybe not. You should stick around to find out. But
if you had the Swiss guy calling the viewers hoes today on your Tradeify bingo card, then congratulations, you definitely won something.
It's like trading the news. You never know.
all right, guys, we have this giveaway. We're gonna be.
This is what happens when the markets chop. We have to come up with something like we should. If this were like a good trending day, we'd all be in trades. We'd be making some money. No, the markets say "F you guys." We're gonna make you talk about some of the most mundane shit that you could think about, and while we wait for a move.
I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna be announcing the winner of this giveaway in about less than a minute here.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe 30 seconds. Who knows?
I mean,
Once
that's
I get the
your
name.
giveaway, so I'm looking forward to see who won that one. It's remember, guys, it's 150K straight to funded account. Like, if you go to the Tradeify website right now and you look at the prices, that is a lot of value. All right.
Mhm.
So let's see who won this. Miriam, you wanna go ahead and pick somebody?
Well, I don't know if I get to pick it.
Well, it's
need-
not that you
I
get
need
to
a-
pick it; it's the randomizer who gets to pick it.
All right, let's see. It looks like, all right, congrats to @swing. You won 150K straight to funded account. That is a $500 value. Please, please, please go to our YouTube channel. Change your email under YouTube Studio to the email that you have with Tradeify. That is very important. After the stream today, we will be sending out the code to your email, so make sure you check on that. You know, we're just kind of chopping around here, so not much going on. But I want to say congrats to everyone who has won a giveaway today. Let's pop off in the chat. Congrats to everyone who won a giveaway today. I don't think we're done though.
No.
I don't think
Definitely
we're
not.
done.
We have a bunch more. We have
a bunch
more.
more.
But not
So,
just
We have
that.
so much more, but we have our wow, we got so much going on. But we have Brett. We have Brett coming on in about 20 minutes. Also,
Is it
can you guys?
confirmed now?
I think it's confirmed. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay. All right. I just literally said we don't know, right? So we have Brett confirmed. He is gonna come on in 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, he's coming
Looking
on.
forward to that. That's gonna be nuts, guys. Can you actually already give it up for Brett right now? I mean, we're gonna do it again once he comes on, but put a Brett or a Simba in the chat. I want to see those. Let's hype it up because he's gonna come on for you guys. That's gonna be sick.
Oh, y'all ain't ready.
It's gonna
Yeah,
pop
and
off.
I think in the coming days and weeks on this show, all four of us will share our morning hair care routines. Just to, you know, because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of different hairstyles, and you know, I think we've got it pretty much all covered between the four of us. And no, to my knowledge, I mean, Nick can correct me on this, but Nick and Brett are not actually related or brothers. I know that was floating around in the chat prior to the show. But no, I guess, you know, I mean, this, you know, maybe go back 10, 12 generations or something. I mean, that hair doesn't happen by accident, but yeah, it did, you know, I don't know if you've done any genealogy on that, Nick, and can confirm you two are not in fact related.
Well, maybe we are, and we don't know it yet.
I think they made a movie about twins separated at birth there. It was an old Lindsay Lohan movie, wasn't it? A Parent Trap?
Imagine. But guys,
I think it was one my sister had on repeat when I was a kid.
One thing we can agree on for sure, though, is it's pretty shitty price action for now. But I mean, it's a great time to start the show, right? So,
well, you know, here's the thing, Nick. This is something I've said to you guys privately. Once you get to a certain point in trading, like, I'm not negatively affected by my losers, right? I follow my trading setups, and they're not always going to work. So I know I'm going to take losses. I'm going to have to manage losses. That's part of the game. It really doesn't affect me. Days like today just frustrate the shit out of me. Yeah. Like, I just want opportunities, right? And to be fair, like, I need to check myself on this, right? Because I will sit here and yes, if I wasn't doing the show, I saw multiple people in the chat bring this up, and I want to applaud you. Kudos. If I wasn't doing this show, I would probably be walking my dog right now, or going, you know, trying to get an early lunch or something, like just walking away from my screens, not for an hour, but for just 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 minutes, just getting away and reprocessing. So being able to talk to you two wonderful people certainly helps not talk myself into a trade, but it's very, very important, guys, to not talk yourself into trades. And remember, if a trade moves without you, better to wish you were in a trade than out of a trade. So we'll just kind of lead by example here and go from there. But we are getting a little bit of a
Matt, keep talking. You're moving the market.
I'm going to keep shit talking the market. You suck, NQ. You can't possibly get to 21,300.
even my cat woke up right now, so I think something is going on, you know.
Little vibration change in the earth.
Yeah, it could be. No, but now is actually the time where I start looking for setup. So what I want to see right now, if we go to my charts really quick, is a clean move outside of the 15-minute opening range. I would love to see the 15 minutes, the current 15-minute candle close outside. which is still 7 minutes away from the close. And then I'm going to start looking for any sorts of bullish setups, meaning consolidations, aka bull flags, and then a breakout of these bull flags. So that is what I'm watching right now, unless we pull back into the 15-minute opening range, which would obviously suck. But right now, that is what I'm watching. What is it for you, Miriam?
Yeah, I mean, like you kind of mentioned here, we did break out of this 15-minute opening range. We're breaking out right now. This is not something that I'm chasing though, right? Like I'm on the 5-minute chart here on NASDAQ. When I go to the 2-minute chart, we still have actually, let me go back to the 5-minute. We still have some congestion. So I really want to see a pullback. I'm not chasing this. This can go without me. That is absolutely fine. I'm totally fine not chasing this. So what I would like to see is potentially a retest back into this pre-market high. Ideally, actually, I do want to retest back into this 21,220 area. I know we're kind of pushing here. We're about like 40 points above that. But, I'm not going to be chasing this. I think the next level that I would be looking for is going to be in this, actually, I think we just hit that level. That level is going to be at the 270 range, and then the next one's going to be the psychological level. We have some at 285, but psychologically I'm going to look at the 300 level and see what we're doing there. But I just want to see us digest this move right now. I don't like to just like jump in when we're getting such a push. I do have book maps as well that I have to use when I'm looking at like market pulse and price action. And I was seeing a lot of buying pressure coming in on this candle here. But again, I just want to wait. I'm not like chasing this. I have there's nothing enticing me to run this move right now. So I'm just going to wait. And you can see right now, we kind of made this push up. We might come back and retest this 15-minute orb. And we'll see what we do from here. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm looking at a couple of different things, and obviously we keep our trading views on for this show just for, but I have some Sierra running on another computer, kind of off. I got to come up with a different setup so I can see it a little easier. So I'm looking at basically, and I'm looking at the the big picture as well. So I think if we can find a setup, we've got room up to about 350. Now, I got to see something. I got to see a potential entry. So let's see if I can get kind of the hitch and go here on the Renko charts for a possible entry at 260. But I got to see a little bit of a retracement. I want to see it get below 240 and then make a run back up and break sort of this short-term Renko high here at about 260. If it go again, I agree with you. I think chasing. Keep in mind, guys, chasing, bag holding, over trading, all of these mental trading errors that we're going to talk about both amongst ourselves and when Coach Tank comes on as well. If they never work, you'd never do them. Right? Because there's somebody that has chased this move or will chase the next move or whatever that will make money on it. If it never worked, you would never do it. It's you touch the hot stove once or twice, okay, I'm done. But every now and then it works just enough to keep you doing it, or you make a big winner, and that's how you develop bad habits. I was a big time chaser. When I started in small cap stocks, those $2 stocks that would go up to 250. And then, you're thinking what moron is buying these up 60%. I was that moron for the better part of a year, and it cost me most of my savings. So now we get into a situation where if I don't have the time to mentally prepare to get into a trade, get a clear entry, I almost never mark it into trade guys. And that'll be something I'll be interested to hear from Nick and Miriam if they do as well. I'm very often setting buy stops or sell stops to get me into trades because I want to see a little bit of an extra confirmation. So what do you guys mark it into stuff? Or what are you using? Stops, limits, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, for me, since it kind of depends, right? Like if I see a move happening, if I'm watching book maps, there's a lot of pressure coming in. Sometimes I will mark it in. It's not very often that I do that. I do like to set a limit. We are making this move up here.
Now we're
getting some buying pressure.
Yeah, I missed that entry. Actually, on the 1 minute, we do have a pretty good bull flag setup. Fits my criteria almost. The only thing that I had right here, if you look at my charts right now, was this wick to the downside, which I did not like at all because it would have increased my risk to like 30 points. But this would have been pretty much what I told you guys before. It's like a breakout of the 15-minute, then bull flag on the 1 minute, a consolidation, and then breakout. So I missed that one move, which is totally fine. It can run without me. and I'm just gonna wait for the next one. What are you looking, or what are you seeing?
Can I just say something right now?
Yeah, of
Because
course,
like
go for it.
maybe I'm biased. And this is my problem. Okay, I've been trading for 5 years, and I'm just naturally biased on the bear side, which is not good. It's not good to be biased in that way. But for me, you know, we're sitting up here at these highs where I'm looking at this 21,300 area. Again, a psych level that I'd be looking at. I'm also looking at, naturally, I'm looking at this trend line right here that's forming. And I, you know, personally, I would be looking for this. This is what I'm looking for. Who knows? We might not get there, right? We might not get there. Can I just remind everyone, though, what happened yesterday? Look at what happened yesterday. And this is actually a trade that I took yesterday as well. You know, and I'm not trying to say, you know, always like look for these sort of setups, but this is a simple trade that I took yesterday. A simple trend line break. I actually took this trade right here at 21,500 area, and I took it all the way down to where this trend line was sitting. Now, obviously, we ended up running way further down, but I actually made my biggest trade on this move right here. So for me, again, I'm not trying to say like have a bias going into the market, or, you know, always be like one-sided versus the other. But for me, you know, when I see this move going up, like, you know, I also caught some of this move, but I'm not looking at today being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad that I'm missing out on this, because who knows? The market can do something crazy in the next hour or two, right? And we could come back and retest this trend line, or even break it, and who knows, we might even break pre-market low. So I'm never looking at a move like this thinking, oh my gosh, I missed out on this, I need to chase this, because you could have, who knows, the next thing you know, then your next trade could be your biggest trade of the year, just like that happened to me. So you know, one of the things too when we talk about psychology is we actually have, and I don't know if you guys know this, do they know that we have a psychology coach that's coming on?
Some of them know, maybe, but go for it. Tell them more.
Oh my gosh, you guys are not even ready for this. So we have a psychology coach that is actually going to be joining us on some of the streams. He's going to be coming on, giving some psychology tips. You can even book some sessions with him. His name is, you know, Asanka. He goes by Coach Tank. So we are so excited to have him on the stream and being able to talk to you guys as a professional psychology coach. Like, you guys, Tradeify is really the only prop firm that's pushing that out. You know, we have a journal, we have a psychology coach. You don't get to see that very often. And you guys already know, like, psychology is something that I push very much in my content. But, you know, a lot of people can attest to psychology and mental fortitude as being one of the biggest skills to learn when it comes to trading. I mean, it's something we've all gone through, right? And it's something that we still go through, right? Even to this day, I still get emotional in my trades. It's not as much as I used to be, but, you know, I still get it. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it's definitely been one of the biggest things that I've you know, found challenging in my trading career.
100%.
All right, so pretty important candle we've got going on here in the NQ.
What time frame?
I'm really curious if we can, on 5 minute, if we can hold above 21,300. We seem to be meeting a little bit of resistance here, and I know it's 21,300. The 300s, the thousands, and the NQ we're always going to pay attention, but there's really not a lot I'm seeing on the chart that this should be acting as resistance. I think we got a potential another leg up. By the way, I do want to thank everybody for bearing with us. So one of the things is, guys, one of the most important things for me is my routine. Mark Douglas, the sort of the OG of trading psychology, talks extensively about the markets being this crazy wild thing that we have to put a framework on. We can't control the markets. What we can control is our routine, looking at the same things at the same time, doing the same things at the same time, so that even as every day within the markets is different, we should be very, very baseline the entire day. So I you know, just to again pull the curtain back a little bit, guys, doing this show in the morning is a huge adjustment to routine for all three of us. You're going to be seeing us gradually getting more and more active with what we're looking at, what we're trading, et cetera, et cetera. But I do want to thank you guys for bearing with us as we make this gigantic change to our morning routine. But it hopefully we'll be able to make some money together as things progress. Again, don't blindly take trades without knowing what the idea behind it. And one thing you're never going to hear from us is just like, Nick's not going to randomly jump in here long NQ, right? He's never going to do that, right? And
well, maybe once.
Yeah, unless we have the ability to get into our chart, show you what's setting up and how we're doing it, so you have the opportunity. I do encourage you to follow along on paper, just because that way you can kind of see what's going on with the trade as we talk through it, because some trades are going to take 2 minutes, some trades are going to take 20, 30 minutes, etc., etc. But in the meantime, guys, just we want to make sure you're not just blindly following along with anything. Boy, I can't take a short up here, guys, but I want to. I really do.
Walk us through it. Why? And why can't you take it?
I'm still working on a setup. I would want to see a kind of a hitch and go down here, maybe at the 270 level. I think if we get below 270, we've got room down to 40. But again, it's not a rule to me. It's a guideline. Rules you don't break, guidelines can be bent and stretched, but I mean, we're above +2 standard deviations. Statistically, we're in a 1 to 2% move at this point. To short this would probably be very stupid. If somebody told me they were going to short it, I'd be like, you're kind of dumb. So the fact that I'm thinking about shorting it here tells you where my mindset is. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. We talk ourselves into things as we watch. One of the things, guys, one of the very simple patterns I love to trade on the Rankos is, again, just the simple hitch and go with candlestick backup, right? Sort of a break retest go or a hitch and go, whatever you want to call it. And I keep my Rankos on a 3 minute. So a lot of these develop. This shows you kind of the strength of this move, that there hasn't been a single hitch in this. It hadn't been a hitch in this giddy up, as they like to say down south. But yeah, and again, I can't trade if I don't take a setup.
Yeah, fair. By the way, I see it in the chat. They want it. The people want it. So we're going to give it to them. Let's run another giveaway.
Let's do it.
Let's actually, you know what? Let's give away a 50K straight to funded account and a 100K straight to funded account. All right. And this one, I mean, I took one, Matt took one, Mariam took one. Let's do a team one. Okay. So in order to participate for the 50K and the 100K straight to funded account, type TTV for Tradeify TV into the chat. All right, just TTV. Do it once. You can only participate once, or you will get disqualified. So type TTV right now, and you get the chance to win a 50K or 100K straight to funded account. So now we have a team 1-2, guys. How do you feel about that?
Oof. I mean,
there's so many giveaways today. So many giveaways today.
I don't even know how many giveaways we've done. How many have we done? Like way too many.
Way too many.
We have more.
We have more.
We have more. Yeah.
See, this is why Brett's a lot more generous than we are. I'd be making him wait another half hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true. But I see the chat's going crazy now. Everybody woke up from their sleepiness and they're like, TTV, TTV, TTV. We still have people. Some people are still spelling things wrong. Like, I don't know how, but guys, if you want to win a 50K or 100K straight to funded account, type TTV into the chat right now, and we're gonna see.
And only once. Only once. Don't be spamming too much from one user. Make sure it's only once, and make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't already, click that like button. Click that like button, guys. Smash it. I want to see. I don't even know what it's at right now, but I want to see a lot. I want to see a lot.
We're at 1,700. We just crossed it.
Let's go. Let's go.
And we currently have 1.5K active viewers. And guys, you better come back tomorrow again. Like, we don't just want to see you on day one. We want to see you every day, because guys, remember, we do have giveaways. Yes, that happens, but do not just come for the giveaways. We also have guests, like phenomenal traders, which I mean, I would love to announce right now, but I can't. But we will announce them soon. We have phenomenal traders. We have live trading here. Well, so far today, nothing has happened yet, but we will have live trades on here by yours truly, Matt, Mariam, and me, of course. And also, we're going to dive into a lot of lessons, especially on like psychology and mindset side of things, with Coach Tank, who is the coach for all live traders at Tradeify. And yeah, we have a lot of valuable stuff going on. So do come back every single day. That's why you subscribe, so you turn on the notification bell as well, so you actually get notified when we start the stream on a daily basis. Right now on the charts, we see price climbing up very steadily and slowly, which is usually not what I like, and I certainly know that, Mariam, you don't like that. Us too, as volume traders, like it's like a snail. It's going slow.
Yeah. See, this is where it kind of gets tough, right? Because you see a move like this and you immediately get FOMO, right? You immediately think to yourself, shoot, like I should have taken this breakout, right? And for me, when I'm looking at, for example, when I was talking about the opening range, like, if we can go to my chart real quick, you see that we did break very nicely out of that opening range. Now, did we get a retest back to that opening range like I would have wanted? No, we didn't. And that's fine. It didn't fit, the strategy that fits for me. And so when you look at something like this and you just see bar after bar, I mean, we've had on the 5-minute chart, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars, straight bars in a row that have been green, right? You see something like that, you're like, dang, I could have jumped in on that, and this is how much money I would have made. But from a psychological standpoint, that is, first of all, not doing you any good service. And second of all, this could essentially be the moment that you decide, I'm going to get in and go long, and then it just decides to pull back on you, right? And this is something we kind of talked about earlier about, the market is out to get you, right? It fills you at the top, and then you end up like catching the tippity top, and now it starts pulling back, right? So you have to be patient when it comes to times like this. For me, yeah, I'm really sad that I didn't get in on this long, but it also didn't fit my strategy. So I would much rather, like I said in the beginning, I would much rather be in a position where I am putting myself in a place that I feel comfortable, right? I am not sitting in a trade thinking, shoot, why did I just get into this, right? Even though this went on and made the move that I initially wanted for it to make, who knows? Right now, for me to get in, I'm not getting in right now, especially where we're at right now. I want to see a pullback. I want to see us come back to test some levels before I decide going long. And this is just one of those things as a trader that you just have to decide, what are the days that you want to put on risk, and what are the days that you just want to like sit something out and like let the move happen. What do you guys think about that?
Absolutely, 100% agree. And if we can show my chart really quick, I mean, obviously it sucks a bit to see that, but I literally, before it happened, I said, I'm waiting for a breakout of the 15-minute range, then for some sort of a consolidation, aka bull flag, and then a breakout of that. And I literally missed the entry. So it sucks to see. I'm glad I already made pretty good profits in the London session today, so I'm lucky I had that. But yeah, sometimes that's just how it is, and that's what you got to live with. So I'm certainly not going to FOMO into that right now, especially because we're starting to print barcodes again. Matt, what is your view on that?
So I'm looking at 3 NR7 candles stacking up here, at least right now. It's narrow range 7 candles. I can, in a future show, maybe I'll go over those a little more and how I use them. That'll be some stuff probably, guys, we get into in the next week or two. We'll each take a little more time, pull up our chart, show you everything that's on them, how we use it, etc. But this is sort of leading, I think, towards the next move. And yeah, I mean, again, I think you're being very counterintuitive if you're trying to short up here. So for me, I can't take a short unless we get below 280. But we look like we got a little bearish momentum coming up. More likely, what I'd like to see is a rest candle or two, and then maybe a potential long for the next leg up at 330. So basically, for me, right now, between 330 and 280 is what I'm specifically watching on the NQ.
Yeah, that's a good area. All right, we're going to be picking that giveaway name in a bit here. So I hope you guys are feeling good. Thanks. I want to know too, like, we have 2 giveaways. That's right.
Yeah, we have a 50K and a 100K account.
2 giveaways.
Giveaway for the TTV giveaway. So let's see. We actually have the first winner coming in. You want to announce it, Mary?
Sure. Okay, so we got our first winner, who is the 50K straight to funded account, Gideon King. Gideon King. That is, first of all, what a dope name. Is that your real name? I want to know. I need to know.
If that's a person's real name, that's pretty sick.
Fire. That is fire. I mean, it's not better than, Matcha Mommy, but we'll take it. Gideon King, please make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, and make sure that you reach out, or make sure that you check your email, that you are set up under your Tradeify email as well, so we can get you that funded account. We have the second one here as well. Nick, do you want to announce that?
I can, yeah, for sure. So we have the second winner for the TTV giveaway of a 100K straight to funded account. And that winner is Samuel Micho. So if your name is Samuel Micho right now, you got lucky and you just won a 100K straight to funded account. Make sure as well, go into the YouTube studio, change your email to the one that you're using with Tradeify, and we're going to send you the code for your 100K account right about in a couple hours later today. You're going to receive a code and you're going to get to trade that account by tomorrow. So super excited for that. And actually, we still look at Matt's Renko chart right now. Matt, what are you looking at?
Yeah, so what I'm looking for right now, and again, my basic pattern on a Renko chart is, again, I stay with a very simple pattern, and then I'm going to go look at the candlesticks for backup. So like for me, this could potentially be a pattern, right? Little hitch and go if we were to get up here above 305. However, I'm typically not taking trades that close to a key level like 300. And additionally, we've already rejected above this 310 level on basically 3 consecutive candles. Now we are pulling back a little bit here, and unfortunately, again, just going without giving me any sort of hitch. You know, so for example, guys, like this is a little bit of what I'm talking about here, and this is not a perfect pattern here, but a little bit of a hitch, and then we go, right? Like, so let's see if we scroll back here. It doesn't really, yeah, perfect right here. These two are perfect. So this is just a basic hitch and go pattern on the Renko, and it's one of the key things that I look for. But again, rather than blindly take a trade here, I'm gonna, because Renko charts I always love in terms of they're so clean visually, especially when it comes to picking out trends. But again, you lose a lot of the high-low you know, things that you get with the candle. So I can come over here again, 305. Potentially, if we bounce back up, looks great for an entry here on the Renkos. But as we look at the candle again, we've got to change. We got to turn around some of this momentum here, because we've already rejected the 310 to 320 level on now 3 consecutive candles. We'll see if we do a fourth here. So, all right. So, just kind of looking, trying to catch up here. So, guys, I think we're going to be joined with a guest in a few minutes here. So stay tuned.
Not just any guest. Not just any guest.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just trying to underplay it because we've been hyping it up for the last couple of hours now.
Yeah, but let's hype it up even more, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know who the guest is going to be? It's going to be the man
So actually,
himself.
guys, now's a great time. If you go to the chat, all 3 of us here are going to put in our Twitter handles. If you would like to, follow us on social media, like I said, I'm going to post some behind the scenes stuff as I'm getting ready in the morning. Let me put this in here.
Yeah, let's do that. There you go. But yeah,
So
guys,
you should be able to see us there. And something
the
tells me
Matt,
Miriam's about to double her following.
yeah, very, very likely. Matt, the people in the chat already guessed it. I mean, obviously we said it before, but Brett is coming on, the man himself, Mr. Simba, in a couple minutes. So stay tuned for that. That's going to happen very, very shortly. And until then, actually, Miriam, I want to hear what your thoughts are right now, because Matt said he's looking at that 305 level, which currently is not very close. So what are you looking for right now?
Yeah, so it's interesting. If we go to my charts real quick, you know, I have this trend line sitting at the top, which we are respecting very nicely. You know, when I look at something like this, I'm like, wow, this would have been a great short. But at the same time, you know, on ES, I do, and you might not be able to see it on my charts, and I apologize if my charts are a little blurry today. But, you know, we are kind of like holding this, you know, 865 level on ES, which we are trying to break right now. I would actually, you know, if bulls have a chance here, this is what I would be looking at both sides, right? So if I'm looking to take a long, I would really, really not want us to break 21, 240, 236 area, okay? I would want us to hold that level. At the very minimum, I would want us to hold the opening range breakout. Now, if we do come and we break those levels, you know, I'm not really convinced on bulls being, you know, the move today. But, you know, this is kind of where I'm like, all right, bulls, what do you have to say, right? Like, we can really hold this level and just kind of like bounce from here. And then what I would be looking at for the bullish side is us to actually break this trend line here, break that 330 level, and then we do really have room to 380 and 400. Other than that, you know, if we come back down, I see a nice little intraday trend line, another one sitting right here. So it does give me some level of confluence for a quick scalp. You know, I'm not really enticed to take this, but if we do get some volume coming in, I want to see volume come into the downside, breaking this 236 area, and then actually coming down and maybe testing this 188 level on NASDAQ. But again, I'm not super like thrilled to be taking a trade right now just to see what the market's doing. What do you guys think about that? Or do we have Are we ready? Are we ready?
We're not ready yet. I mean,
Okay.
you can't just be ready for Brett Simba to join
Listen,
a
you
stream.
know,
Come on. You're never ready for that. Nobody's ready for that. He's gonna drop the heat. I heard he's gonna have the craziest giveaway of any trading stream we've ever seen. So
dang.
it's gonna be hot, you know.
All right.
gotta give the man his time.
So while we're doing this, guys, everyone drop in the chat. How you doing so far today? Are you guys red? You green? How are you over trading? You under trading? The Renko size that I'm using on this box, it's a very, here, I'll pull up the settings here. It's just one. It's very, very small for the Renkos, and it's visually the cleanest. It moves around a lot, and it gives me more false entries on a 1 tick than 5 tick. But I keep it very, very, very clean and very simple.
Yeah, and actually,
man, was I hoping for a hitch at 270. Come on, pop back up to about 285.
Matt, let's pull up a poll in the chat here for red or green, because I mean, we all know it's great to celebrate the W's, right? So let's see how many people are green today and how many people are red. We're gonna start a poll in a second here, but until then, actually, we're now back at that. Interesting. We're now back at that 21,260-ish level. Which is where my initial bull flag entry, breakout entry would have been. So right now, I'm just observing what's going to happen there, because for me, that's a significant level. Let's see. Where's Miriam? Where is your trend line? Where would the touch be?
So we actually, we're respecting it right now. The touch is really on NASDAQ sitting at that 9 EMA. And I don't know if you guys can see this orange line sitting right here, but we are kind of like flirting with that line. It's sitting at the 250 area. And that's actually precisely where my trend line would be also touching. So this does give me 2 levels of confluence, whether we decide to bounce here or we, end up breaking. But, right now I'm kind of... I don't even know how I'm saying this right now, but I'm kind of rooting for the bulls. I'm kind of rooting for you guys. Like, I'm very bearish. I love being bearish and getting these moves to the downside because, a fun little thing that we like to say in the markets is bulls take the stairs and bears take the window. When we get that drop, we get that move. So that's why I like that nice drop. And we are kind of starting to get this test here. For me, when I look at these trend lines, I'm not necessarily, looking to enter right when it breaks. And that's what I used to do. Because essentially, we get this break and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to break. And then, it just pops back up and does, grabs a liquidity sweep. So what I like to do on the 2-minute is I like to get confirmation, again, in addition to volume, that we are in fact breaking this level. And so what I like to wait is for this 2-minute candle to close. Sometimes I'll even wait for the 5-minute candle to close, and then I'll decide from there if I want to take it. Ideally, what I'd be looking for this trend line to break is I want us to actually open below this 21,250 level on the 2-minute at the minimum. The 5-minute would be ideal, and then that's where I'll take the trade. If not, if we end up like breaking here and then we come back down and then like we are kind of right now, we're starting to do that, I would want to see a retest of that trend line to enter in for a short. So we'll see how this kind of plays out.
You have a potential trade coming up then.
As I'm talking, we're breaking right now. So
yeah, there we go. And by the way, Tradeify traders are literally the best. Like in the chat, we just got the poll stats up. 68% are green on the day. Like, congrats, guys.
Let's
go. Very well done. That is very atypical to normal trader statistics, right? So congratulations to everybody who's green today. Let's see if Miriam gets her trade here.
I got something on deck here, guys. Break of the high of this particular, well, we got about 3 minutes left here. So I'm going to set hold on. If we break 235, this is not a valid setup, but I'm looking potentially to catch along at about the 266 level. But now we're breaking down, so we're getting towards ATR here. I was really hoping that we would get a selling or a buying tail here and a bounce off the +1 standard deviation. This is kind of what's frustrating about today so far, guys, is we're not respecting any key levels, right? Like we're just sort of like, okay, we're gonna bounce off 330 and we're gonna start taking off at 225, right? Like we're not really respecting standard deviations off of VWAP. and we're really not respecting any of the key levels that I typically look at. We're also in a little bit of a balance box on the 5-day as well. I don't have that built into TradingView yet. I'm working on that. So it's really kind of it could go either direction at this point. But yeah, this is this slow, steady move up, followed by a slow I shit you not, this is like 2017 action here. This is like when I first started trade. Like this is pre-COVID normal, which is really throwing me for a loop. You know, post-COVID, it's like catch your entry and it'll run 200 points in your direction. So it's
Right.
yeah, it's getting a little getting a little
and
spicy.
this is kind of where I say, like, normally, like, as a scalper, I'm a trend line break trader. So this is my area. Now, some of you are probably thinking, like, why isn't she taking this trade? There are some days, where intuition really plays a role. And I'm just not convinced on this. For whatever reason, I just feel like, even right now, I'm looking at the opening range and we're holding this opening range. So even when you look at something like this and you're like, oh, why didn't you just, take the trade? I'm okay with not taking a trade right now because I don't have high conviction, right? And that's totally fine. Like, even right now, if I would have taken the short, I would be kind of like annoyed. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see if
I'm still kind of eyeing something if we get back into the 260 area.
Yeah, let's see if the 50-minute opening range holds, because right now we just bounced pretty perfectly off the 50-minute opening range. But while we wait for that to happen, I actually want to get to the point where we introduce the man, the myth, the legend. And we have Brett Simba coming on to the stream. So guys, in the chat, put Simba into the chat if you want to see him live in a couple seconds. We're going to have him on if you put enough Simbas into the chat, all right? We want to see you soon. We want to see a lot of Simbas. Yeah, there we go. We're going to hype this up first so he can come in with a well-deserved fan motivation. So right now we're back approaching the 50-minute opening range, guys. I guess you're seeing it, touching it in probably 3, 2, 1 now. So we're back in there. Let's see what happens and let's see what Brett thinks about it in a second here. Right now I'm just waiting, honestly, to see how price reacts to that top of the range. I think Matt's chart is open right now, right?
Yes.
So what are you looking for in your chart right now?
Now I'm looking for a test of VWAP if we want to get down to VWAP or if we're going to bounce off this 15-minute range. Interestingly enough, we talked about this when we first came on the air today, this 21,200 level and how it's acted as pinning action, right? In fact, this just kind of goes to show as I'm adjusting my mindset and adjusting to verbally talking through everything. I did say at that point that I was probably going to be looking for some mean reverting plays today and didn't do that in this particular situation, simply because I did think we were due for another leg up. Of course, still a long day here, but yeah, it's as we move kind of back towards this mean area, again, it's not necessarily support or resistance, it's pinning action. As I like to use the analogy, we all are, well, some of us, thankfully this isn't something my personal experience, but I had plenty of friends who had those X's, the toxic X's, as we call them, right? They're no good for them and they keep coming back to them, right? I had a friend in high school and college who was famous for this. But anyway, like, this is like, we don't want the price action to go back there, yet it just keeps finding its way back there, right? So kind of frustrating a little bit, but let's see. We are getting some movement. We're just not getting a whole lot of heads up on the movement. We're not getting second opportunities to get in. Again, chasing, as much as I knock chasing's been rewarded. This last move up and down has been rewarded. Just realize that developing that bad habit is going to come back and bite you. So
Matt, I'm gonna use this end of your sentence to actually bring on the man himself right now. The chat is exploding. It's going Simba. So it's actually crazy. So can we please introduce Brett himself? He's gonna join right now. There we go.
What's
Welcome
up,
in, Brett.
Brett? Can you hear us?
Am I in? Am I in here?
Yeah, you're there.
All right. I was moving. I have like 3 different things up watching you guys. I don't know which one's live and which one's 3 seconds behind, but you guys are fucking crushing it. So shout out to you guys. It's been awesome watching you guys, and I hope everybody's having a good time. It's only going to go up from here, guys. This is the worst they'll get. And that's pretty fucking good already, in my opinion. So you guys are doing great. I appreciate everyone. And yeah, just happy to be here the first day. How you guys liking it so far?
It's amazing.
So
Like,
far,
honestly,
so good.
the energy on the chat, amazing. We currently have 1,900 active viewers. So, I mean, what else do we want? Like, come on, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, you guys are blowing it out of the water. I didn't expect this big at all first day, so can only imagine where we're gonna grow to. But yeah, I mean, choppy open for you guys. Good day to start, just to get
Good day to
know you
start.
guys and do the opening. Got a little bit of a pump up, I saw, but pretty slow day, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? Did you take any trades today?
I had one long. I made like, I don't know, 300. And I took somewhere near like that first opening candle low, and then I closed it at right around the pre-market high before we broke that. But yeah, not too much today. It was a bit too choppy. I mean, I was watching this, doing a bunch of stuff, so I didn't try to take any trades too much.
We're
enough.
excited for you to be here. That's for
That's
sure.
already going crazy.
That's going nuts.
Yeah, you
We
know,
gotta
and
do some giveaways and stuff. I'm setting one thing up for you guys. I'm setting something special up. Listen, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff. We're gonna do cash giveaways. We're gonna do more. I'm gonna do 3 straight. I'm gonna just get it all out in like 2 minutes. We'll do a bunch of giveaways, and then in like 6 minutes, we'll announce a big sale that we're doing for everybody. That'll go until I think the weekend. So little exclusive TTV, promo for a few, few good things, I guess. But we got over 10K in cash prizes. So we are splitting that between today and tomorrow. So you guys will be able to do that. Let me put in the chat. What do people want in the chat? I don't know if we can do a quick poll. Nick, if you could throw up the poll in the back there. Do people want to do $10,000 prizes or $2,500 prizes? And what would you guys do?
Ooh.
damn.
Miriam, what would you pick? You picking you going for the Rari on the 1,000? Or are you gonna take it a little slow? Go with the 500. Maybe Lexus, Audi type thing.
I mean, go big or go home, right? I say go
home.
big or go home. So
All right, guys, I got potential short on deck at 215 here.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
See, you needed me here to take the trade, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Now he feels safe.
That's at 215. I got to go over to where I'm actually logged into my Tradeify account. So we'll say sell stop there at 215. The first loss live or first trade live is going to be a loss. So I'm gonna take one on the team, take one for the team here, and just get it out of the way.
Let me put this poll up real quick.
If we break 255, the idea is off the table. That'd be a 40-point retracement. That'd be the move at that point. I'll leave this on for a little bit, but yeah, if we pump over the 260 is my line in the sand to pull the order.
you really can't argue either side right now because we're holding this opening range high, right? And so you could say that longs are trying to come in and hold that, but at the same time we are finding resistance, where at least where my indicators are sitting. So I kind of do like the short. I'm with you on that, but at the same time it's like we could make the move back to retest the trend line and then come back down. So it's kind of a weird,
absolutely
kind of
Brett. Brett, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So obviously this all
Nick's
came together.
not my brother, man. Nick's not
no,
my brother.
okay, yeah,
right?
we know. If
I don't know. Maybe
you weren't
lost
separated
birth.
at birth.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously we all kind of came on probably a little late in this process, and then we did our shoots and did all that stuff, and here we are, day one of the stream. What was the genesis kind of for the ideas behind Tradeify TV? Kind of talk about maybe that process before you hired us on, because I know there was a lot going on even before we were here.
Yeah, so we have a lot, we're known for innovating in the space, always coming with, very slick new ideas, good things for the trader, marketing for traders themselves, journal, all, a bunch of stuff, right? You guys know it, who have already been trading with us, you guys know it here as well. And we just want to be able to showcase that all the time, right? We love our affiliates. I've said this to all the affiliates, there's other shows out there that this is the path to axing their affiliates. That is not our path at all. We're not looking to do that. We're just looking to grow the Tradeify name, right? So there's plenty of great streams out there. We're not there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? There's going to be people. I know some people, they're crazy. They're watching like 3 streams at once, which is insane. I don't know how they're doing it. But props to you if you are. But yeah, this is just something for people to come back and watch. You don't even need to be always live with us, right? Every morning, there's always going to be stuff we're posting on the channel, content, different things. And we're expanding the Tradeify brand outside of prop. So, don't look at Tradeify as a prop firm in the coming months. There's going to be some big things coming out, definitely towards the end of the year, where you're going to be just knowing us as, the Tradeify umbrella, right? Different things under that. All related to trading for the most part, but you guys should be on the lookout for that. So this was a way for us to organically be able to share all of that, have a space for everyone to come on, chat with our host, chat with myself, chat with Gandalf when he comes on. Maybe we'll get a little wizardry on next week for those who know him. And, just get a lot of guests talking trading, education, and just getting people accustomed to the market, because it's tough, right? It's really tough to jump in, especially in this market. You definitely don't want to be throwing your own money in futures on a live account your first time trading. So, the purpose of Tradeify and prop firms in general, these simulated prop firms, are to be able to get in there, low barrier to entry, not risk, your savings, college fund, kids fund, whatever the case may be, right? And just kind of get educated, have a set of rules to follow, and hopefully be able to, use those to make some money while not going on tilt. Now, everyone does it, right? But again, we're here to help. And, I think this show's, again, just here to help better all of our traders and help all their journeys.
Absolutely,
what would you say you're like most excited about for the stream? Whether it's, it could be this stream, it could be Tradeify in general. Like, what are you looking forward to?
I'm most excited, I think, to see someone put on a 15 contract NQ long. I mean, chat. Am I wrong or am I right? Like,
is that gonna be you?
Let's be real. Is it going to be
tomorrow?
Me
it's full port Friday tomorrow.
Is it going to be me today or what? No, I'm most excited just to see. I like repeat people. I used to stream. I did this for a bit before we started, and I really like seeing people like engage in the chat and like seeing them grow or like know them. So I'm interested to see, you guys interact with different people, and, I'll be watching the chat even if I'm not here all the time. I like the relationships that are made and the community that's built. I think that's actually my favorite thing. That's what I always liked about the trading community, even when I was in like another, I got started when I was in like a signals group, right? So like even in there, that's where I met some of the guys that I've talked with since the beginning of my journey. And, it's just cool to meet people and interact with them and have that relationship, right? So, we want to keep that same vibe here, translate it over to our Discord if you guys ever want to chat in there and different stuff, right? To any of our hosts and viewers. And, just build the community. I think that's the number one after the 15 lot, support, of course.
We have to at some point, right?
So, all right, so Matt, are you in a trade right now? Because
I am not. No, I'm still.
You're not. Okay. I didn't know if we needed to update something here.
No. I would have jumped in. I would have if I get into a trade, I'm interrupting even you, boss. Sorry.
Okay. Well, hey, let's kick it off with a giveaway. What did the people vote for? All right, 60-40. So they're going for the Lexus Audis here. I don't blame you. There's a lot of people. There's 2,000 people here. So you got what's that? Like a 1% chance, 20 giveaways, something like that, right? That's not bad. That's not bad odds, right? Better than the lottery at least. So as the stream grows, it only gets harder. So you guys are in when it's easy now. So let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with an absolute big one to start. Let's just do 5 right off the rip. What do you guys say? What should we make? What should we make the code here? What should we make it? What are we thinking?
I mean, obviously Simba. Like, I mean,
it's too easy, man. Too easy.
All right. Well, 5 accounts for you're doing 500 ones.
500, 2,500 off the rip.
Okay, got it. Then make it 2,500. That's the
I was about to say that. Took it out. See, this guy, we actually might be separated at birth.
Yeah, probably.
There might be. All right, guys, type 2500 in the chat. All right, we're gonna give away 5
All right,
$500
looks like I got
prizes.
something on deck here. Looks like we could be popping.
Got a trade coming?
I'm very aggressive with this entry. I should probably have it a little closer to 210, but now it's running away. I'm just going to start putting random orders in just so the market will run away from it. y'all faded my entry. You could have made 50 points here.
after we do this giveaway, we're going to be launching a big little sale for you guys too. And then after that, I'll do another giveaway. And then after that, I'll probably do another giveaway. And then maybe another giveaway. But yeah, feel free, guys. Well, it's going to be tough because the chat's being spammed right now, I imagine. But guys, you only have to type it once, 2,500. If you type it more than once, you will not be picked. I'm going to start that now. So if you typed twice.
Also, what's funny is we're getting close to 2,500 viewers on the stream. So
are we in here?
Nice.
2,500?
That's a coincidence.
All right. Everyone heard me doing a cash giveaway. All the bots are coming in here. All right. So, like, let me get that. Everyone's calling up their brother, sister, mother. Love it.
It's going to be fun. It sounds like we have some great guests, which we can't mention yet.
Oh, next week? So tomorrow's going to be these three lovely people again, of course. I don't know.
All right,
maybe we'll have someone special. You getting in trade?
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in? What are you in here, man?
Let's see. We've got an 8 micro position short the NQ at about 215. Very aggressive entry. Very aggressive entry. Going to give it about 20 points a move. I got a first profit target down just below 21,190. So we need a break of VWAP there. Doesn't look like it wants to come on, get me some momentum here, gents.
What'd you say, 8? How many?
8
Watch
micros, yes.
21,203. 21,203 is also a level.
21,203. All right. Here we go. Let's see if this works, guys. Remember, guys, we're a little new here.
This is the first trade ever on
first trade ever. I don't know, man. Are you sure you want to do this?
Somebody had to do it.
You got some balls in here. No, I hear it. It's fun.
240 is the stop. 240 is the stop.
Okay. I like it.
I am interested in this too, though. If we do break 200, I do like this. My entry will likely be also very aggressive, but I do like it if we break the 21,200 area. That's where my trend line is sitting. That is where VWAP is sitting. Got some confluence there, so I do like this if we have continuation.
So this is basically, again, just the hitch and go trade-off here, guys. That's for those that are asking for a little explanation. Just hitch and go with some candlestick backup. Again, very aggressive entry. Probably should have had my entry a little closer to 210, but it did hit there. So I'm in the trade either way. So I got very aggressive on my entry.
Plan a trade, take a trade.
Trade the plan.
As long as there's a plan. Trade a plan. That's it. While I was saying it, I forgot the motto. So thanks for that. And Drew, it should be in there in the folder. Let's see if this works. Again, guys,
they're liking Full Port Friday, by the way, Brett. I was seeing in the chat.
What, they want to do Full Port Fridays?
They want to do Full Port Fridays.
Yep.
Man, no, we can't be doing
Y'all
that
are
here,
funny.
guys.
We have a trading coach, right? You guys know that. Like,
Yeah, I'll get my ass beat by him. I think we're gonna have him. Did we say, is he coming on tomorrow? I forget if we said that. Maybe Coach Tank tomorrow.
Coach Tank.
I think
so. We might have our Coach Tank on. So he's going to be, I think you guys talked about it before.
All right, stop at 240, guys. Stop at 240.
Taking one for the team, Matt.
It had to be. It had
He's
to
out.
be. I'm out.
Somebody had to start,
Yeah.
and it's always Matt. We know
right.
that. So.
It's all right.
So, guys, it's been great being one of your hosts for Tradeify TV. Thanks very much. No, I'm kidding.
Instant fired.
Oh no, he's out.
Yeah. If you had me in your eliminator pool, you're done.
Everyone was taking bets on Polymarket. Who's gonna be first to go? The over under.
When are we picking this giveaway?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now. I'm just Drew, don't worry about that one if it's not working in the folder. All right. I'm still doing a couple things behind the scenes here. All right, let's pull the giveaways, guys. We got 1,200 people in this right now. All right, so let's go. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're spinning it. 1,200 people. We're gonna do 5 back to back. 5 back to back for 500.
Damn.
So
cash prices.
playing
Where
around,
else do you see
cash
that?
prizes.
Where else do you see that? That's crazy.
yeah, nobody's doing cash prizes. They're
Nah, I
probably
gotta love that. Gotta
like,
love
we're gonna
that.
get yelled at for that.
Let's see.
Let's see what we get. I'm watching 2170-ish for longs, 75-ish. right at the open. Retest the open is the golden pocket for me. All right, first winner, real quick. Prop Works Trading. I'm going to type your name in the chat. Guys, stop spamming the chat. Stop spamming the chat. No point. Everyone is locked in already. So first winner, $500 cash is Prop Works Trading. Just type your name in there so you can see it. You just have to type something, man. You have to type something though to claim your prize. So this one I'm going to do pretty strict. If you don't type it in the chat, you got 30 seconds. I don't know why my giveaways are in Spanish, but Escribe Algo and El Chat. Okay, I didn't get to finish it. You did it. All right, great. You did it. So congrats. So for you, we're going to need you to change your email on YouTube Studio. So you go on the top right, you click your YouTube profile. No rush right now. We're going to do it after the stream anyway. We're going to email you a way to claim your prize to get that $500 payment, most likely through PayPal, I believe. But yeah, we'll email you out for that. So congrats on that. Let's run another one right now.
Ooh.
And while we're doing that, check back in markets here. Chopping around your level, man. It might have been a hard. I mean, it went up. You know,
yeah.
This is the tough thing in this market, right? Even small candles are like 30, 40, 50-point candles.
Well,
like,
I'm a big believer in the 5-minute ATR, especially the NQ. Even if I'm not directly trading the NQ, the 5-minute ATR is going to tell me where we're at. 45 is pretty high. I'd prefer to see it about 30 to 35. That's a very sweet spot for me.
Yeah, you flip over to the 1 minute real quick. It's on your chart, I think, right? You'll see that was just an aggressive last two. It was a nice steep move up and then a big dump down right there. The one. Yeah. We'll see how it reacts here.
Still
again, probably going to come down.
Range.
Yeah. Up next winner is MT21. MT21. Also, before, can we believe somebody named BS1? I swear that wasn't rigged. Not Brett Simba. That was pretty insane.
Oh well.
It was fitting. It worked out.
Hey, he typed something in the chat too. All right, MT21. I gotta keep these guys written down. I'm gonna give a background Nick. Your job is to write those down while I'm live. All right, next one.
Is that what we're calling him? Background Nick?
Background Nick. BG Nick.
So now we got it.
BG Nick.
Now we got it. Easy.
It seems to vary day by day which one of them we're just calling Nick. That's intentional to confuse us.
It's true.
All right, third $500 winner. It's a good time to do this. The market really is chopping around. Like, it's not.
This is why I love the opening range though, because if you really look at where we're sitting, we have not yet broken on the 5-minute the opening range high. So we're still holding it. And that's something that I use for Confluence. So until we break this range, and really ideally you should probably wait for the safest entry, at least in my opinion. This range itself could be choppy. So if you're looking for a quick scalp below this opening high, you come back down, test VWAP. You could look for a long, or you could look for the break of VWAP to test back down to the bottom of that range. Now, the safest entry would, of course, be breaking.
Real quick. Sigma Trades, you won. You got 30 seconds to claim. Sorry to cut you off, Miriam. There's a timer on these people.
Ooh,
I can't cost someone their 500. I gotta interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I should just,
I'm sorry. You're good to go. Sigma Trades, come on, man. You got 15 seconds here. All right. I'll see if I can rig a little. Oh, there you go. I saw you.
He's there.
I'm gonna be honest, Sigma Trades, you only had 3 seconds left. I was kind of flying a little bit. I was
right on the edge.
I would have been the cost for that.
Yeah, we were gonna have to take it out of Miriam's check here for a second.
Oh man.
No, but all right, cool. So we got PropWorks Trading, MT21, Sigma Trades, $500 each. We're gonna do 2 more, and then again we'll get back to. I'll launch this sale. We'll get back to the charts, and we'll have a good go. Have a view to go.
Yep.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, why don't we just put? We can throw all 4 of us on. Charts aren't moving right now. Let's blow it up. Check us out. Let's do a little.
I could literally hear Drew just scrambling behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's like.
Shout out to Drew though. Shout out to our guy Drew in the back end. I mean, he has the
producer Drew's
job.
been killing it today. He's been absolutely killing it today. I'm sure he's called all of us a lot of names behind the scenes today, but it's. Yeah,
he's definitely talking some shit.
Yeah.
Gotta be. All right. I'm gonna butcher this name, so I'm just gonna type it in the chat. Can somebody attempt to say it? Savisal? Savisal? Ramabia?
I'm pretty sure that's a lyric at the beginning of Circle in Life and of Lion King when they're chanting in the background. There he is. He's there.
He or she typed in the chat, so you definitely claim the prize. I see you right after. He goes here. He or she said here. So you're all right. Congrats. All right, and last one. Let's rip it right now, and then we'll get, back into it. We'll get back into it. Drew, I don't know. Are we able to show throw out my chart here or no? If you can, let me know. Cool. All right, chat. Everybody stop with the 2,500. If you type 2,500 again, you're disqualified from all
you
future
owe
giveaways today. You don't want to do it. You do not want to do that. All right, winner. Last winner. Here we go. Nivas. Something like
Nivas. Nice.
Anyway,
I
well,
will just
$2,500. That's pretty. I don't know who else has done that.
I will just ask in general, Brett, since I know you've been watching since the beginning with the chat. Is this the thirstiest chat you've ever seen?
No, I've seen thirstier, man. I've seen thirstier. They're only gonna get thirstier. Okay. Nah, but this is definitely people in the desert, though. Put it like that.
Yeah, it's getting, the sun's going up. Sun's going up. It's getting hot.
Going up. All right, let's moderate this thing a bit. You're throwing it up. Let me see. Let's guys, giveaways over, guys. Giveaways over right now. Let's get this sale going. So who wants a big sale? I know I know these prop accounts, it's tough trading them right now, right? So, I heard, all over social, we saw a little bit of some bad news bears and some drama and some denials and bad email go out to a lot of people at another firm. I know you guys don't want to, don't want to be buying there all the time. I don't know about it over there. A little bit hard. You never know when shit's going to change, right? So why don't we drop the sale? Drew, drop it on everybody right now. We got a big advance sale for you guys. We haven't done this in a while. This was our biggest sale last time. So we're going back to it. We're going to $30, $40, $50 advanced accounts for you guys. So first time, buyers, anytime customers, if you've already been a customer, it's for everyone. Unlimited, $30, $40, $50 resets, everything. All right. The code is TTV. TTV, $30 advanced accounts. I think it's the cheapest in the industry, and also $99 activation. So all in, cheaper than who out there. So we don't mention them out here, but you know how it is. So if you guys are new, feel free to grab those. That'll be going on for the rest of the weekend. So you guys can get those at any time on the site. Again, code will be TTV to grab those. Also, after the stream, we'll be opening it up to everyone. So, of course, we're not here, again, to ask anyone, anything like that. Feel free to support your favorites out there. And yeah, I hope to see a lot of you guys, hammering down some advanced accounts and getting funded. The advanced accounts, again, I know it's not the easiest, right? They got the trailing, they got the, they got the eval that you have to pass first, right? Obviously, we have straight to funded as well. But I mean, for your cheapest barrier to entry, especially if you're new, I know there's a lot of new people here. If you're just practicing and getting started, I probably wouldn't even go for one of our high ticket items, right? Like, there's no point in buying something if you don't even know what you're doing at first. You want to have a plan, have a strategy that works before you go for one of those. Even if you're going for, even just one account, right? It's tough. It's a tough thing in the market. So having a strategy, using something like an advanced account to start, you can get it, 50K again for $30 right now. You can get the journal with it. So you can journal the trades that you take on all of our accounts. They are separated. We'll have a little bit more info on that next week. Maybe we'll do a live stream next week, a segment just on the journal and how to use it. But you guys are able to learn from all your mistakes, journal everything that works good. journal your mistakes, good setups, bad mistakes, see what days you're most profitable, see what times you're most profitable. And then from there, that's when you have a little strategy, when you're able to get some data back on it, that's when you go for, another account, multiple accounts, or maybe even straight to funded, right? So
I do want to mention too, sorry to cut you off, but the code is actually going to be TTV. We're going to change this graphic in a bit here. It's TTV.
It does work. Is it, what was it, spring?
Spring, yeah.
Yeah, spring does work. Spring, the little cheat code, it does still work. But actually, it is TTV. Either
Brett,
one, guys.
Brett, I wanna take a quick minute and ask you a question. If you were to start trading like literally today, or you started recently, like what account would you go with? Like a growth account, an advanced account?
So if I was starting today, if I didn't know anything, or if I'm watching, what's my background?
Let's say you're a beginner trader.
We're taking this role play to kind of a weird level here.
Let's table.
You've probably been trading for a couple weeks.
Role play.
Yeah.
Couple weeks you've been trading for.
Couple weeks. Okay. I'd personally probably take, just to start with Tradeify, I'd probably hop in on a I mean, with this sale right now, I don't know, it depends what 30, 40, 50 is to me. But just to get the most drawdown, I'd probably start with 150K advanced with this promo. And that's just because I have a larger account. I'm not looking to, pass it in one day, anything like that. Obviously, I'm new, right? But rather than go with our growth, a growth account could be easier because it's an end of day drawdown. Just because I'm unsure if I'm actually going to pass this account or not, I'd be personally willing to maybe spend a little bit. I'd be personally willing to spend more in the long run, right, with the activation fee. So if you add in, 99 plus 50, you get to that 150 mark right there, right? But I'd rather spend, 50 up front, see how this works, see what Tradeify has to offer before, stepping up to another account. Now, if I'm a little bit more confident in my skills, maybe I'll, do a little bit more of the first time up front, all-in cost on the growth account. And then from there, when I get a couple days behind my belt, or I get my first payout, and this is what our most successful traders do, in my opinion, they get a payout on, advanced or growth or one straight to funded, and then they go for the second, third, fourth accounts, right? Nobody's really, a lot of people think like they're used to this thing that they see out there with other firms and stuff, going for all the maximum accounts that you can do and getting sold a dream, etc. It's best to start with, 1-2 accounts, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to just buy all of them at once, copy trade, blow them all, rinse, repeat, right? We're here to educate you. That's what the journal's there for as well. Even if you have one account, there's a lot of people who do really well. They have like a couple different strategies for each account, right? Like maybe one, they're a little bit more aggressive, one's a little safer, one, they're taking more of a longer term bias, one, they're scalping, and you find your strategy as a trader. So that's probably what I would do, before I actually hop into buying a bunch or stepping up to a straight to funded, something like that, is basically, again, find out what works for me with a cheaper account to start. We are hitting my zone. I might have to take a trade here in a sec.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we broke through VWAP. We're now seeing our first push below 21,200, basically since the opening range was broke. So yeah, we're heading right back down to those lower levels.
Yeah, this is where I'd watch for a
People would love to see it, Brett. People would love to see it.
Can we get mine up here or no?
I think it is up, no?
Is it? Am I blind?
I think so.
I don't know where to look right now, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I got like three things.
I got
the live studio up right now, and here I see. Maybe I'm behind. Okay, I'm up. I'm good. I'm in here. So we're at the GP. Everyone sees we're at the GP. Everyone knows we got to take a golden pocket trade. Otherwise, it's not a Tradeify Simba stream if I don't. So let's see what happens here. So what I usually do, guys, I'll just show everyone. I'll go over. Everyone knows this if you've seen me trade before. So I basically always take the open lows or the range lows, right, to the range highs, draw it from the low to the high, and then I find some confluence at the golden pocket. So the golden pocket, out of this move from the bottoms to the highs, we went 70% of the way down, and this is where I would look for a doji candle on the 1 minute or the 5 minute to potentially take a reversal. Even better would be the 15 minute. This also lines up with perfectly where we had this chop before we had the breakout right after the news. So this is pretty much the open where we're at now. So we'll see how this plays out. It is a little bit smaller of a day in terms of the range. I think you were saying that too before. I don't know if you said that too before, Matt. ATR, I don't know, for the day, maybe a little smaller, but
no, it's a little up, I would say.
Oh, it's up.
It's a little up,
is.
yeah. But again, ATR
yeah, we had this big rip. I forgot. This is
ATR is a good reflection of sort of the candle to candle volatility. It's not always going to be a good predictor of trend or range, though.
Agreed. Site's broken. Oh no, how long has the site been down? I haven't checked that. Hopefully not long. Let's see. You guys are fucking us on the site, man. Too many people. 3 minutes.
Well, you did say the promo goes on through the weekend, so
yeah, you
opportunities to grab it. But I'd like to follow up on something you were saying, Brett, with if you are just starting, I 100% agree that 150K advanced, especially with this $50 sale, that's exactly where I tell people to go. Because again, if you honestly, guys, you blow 3, 4, 5, 6 evals or something when you're first getting trading, welcome to trading. But when you start getting into 10, 15, 20, now we got to ask, like, what are you going to change, right? Like if somebody tells me they've blown 20 evals, I'm going to say, okay, what are you doing different on 21? Right, because I know their degenerate ass is going right in on the 21st. So even if it's just some small changes here or there, you really need to ask yourself on that.
I missed my entry, man. I checked the site. I see this 1 minute hammer come in right at the 707. Did anybody take that? No, the craziest thing is just this hammer right here is 20 points, 25 points.
That was clean.
I literally just went to the other tab to check if the site was broken first. Oh man, all right, Dinesh took it. Body did it. Jiver did it. JX did it. All right, good. Oh my God.
It shows you care more about your traders than yourself. So that's good.
I'm trying to make sure you guys get an account. I could have taken this fucking trade. Golden pocket. That's the trade. I mean, oh my God. Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That was clean. That was
clean.
clean.
You couldn't ask for a better trade than that. I can't believe I didn't even
get that. That was great setup. Very, very good setup.
All right, everybody just bought an advance account and passed it, right?
Yeah.
I told everybody not to rush it, but I mean, shit, we're up.
You should have made some money on that.
Up 70 points from that low right there. That's 70 low. Wow. So anyway, how I would have taken this would have been again, I look for this candle here. I look for the second candle, a little bit of a hammer. Again, we're on the 1 minute. Typically I like to stay on the 5 or so, but because this had such a big chop zone and it was the open and it's the golden pocket, it's like 1, 2, 3 confirmations for me. This is a simple one. I probably would have entered somewhere at 84, 85 at the highs of these candles, stop loss below the lows. So 15-point risk and aiming for at least 210, right? So we're looking at 26 points with a 15
points risk.
15 points, 16-point stop. So and then you let it ride, right? So this is where you just raise the stop, because the best part about the golden pocket is you're looking, so the target is always going to be the 50% retrace, 382, and then the 236. So you just use anything outside of it. So final target for me would be 236 here.
Awesome. Do you typically have like a specific stop loss amount? Do you shoot for 15 points, 20 points?
Dollar value, you mean?
Point value, dollar value, doesn't matter.
It depends on, like, I know there's people who are like, oh, it depends is the stupidest thing to say, but like this for instance, right? If I'm using the 1 minute, I kind of have to do it here, right? Like I have to use this candle. Like if you're on a time frame, you're acting on, those specific candles, right? So if you're using a 15-minute hammer, you have to respect that whole 15-minute candle. So what is that 15-minute candle? It could be 10 points, it could be 20 points. In this market, it could be 100 points, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's good to look at it and say, all right, like this trade, for instance, it was 84 entry, it would have been, and like a 67, 68 stop, right? So that's 16 points, right? One mini is $320. That's a pretty good. That's solid. I'd take that with a mini then, right? They're $300 isn't going to break or make any account. It's a good solid trade base hit for the day. So this actually would have been a good trade just to take a mini. If it was a wider stop, maybe if it was like 30 points, then maybe I would do 5 micros, right? So it depends on, first you take a look at like how much dollar you're willing to, my neighbor's dog just ran after our dog on the front lawn. Great. Anyway, and And you take a look at the dollar that you're willing to risk, and then you adjust your size based on that. So every trade's going to be different based on, but I should probably always go back to how much do you want to win? What is your R to R dollar size for the day? So if I'm willing to lose 300, I'll size appropriately based on the chart then after. So again, you start with the dollar amount, and then you figure out how many points is your stop, and then you size after that. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 process.
Nice. Yeah.
I think everyone does that for the most part. From what I've seen, you got, there's no certain trade, right? Not every trade's going to have a 10-point stop. I mean, not every trade.
Especially not the ranges we're dealing with.
Yeah, definitely not.
Hell no. So, somebody asked in the chat, when's the activation fee going to be until? Because obviously you would have to pass today or tomorrow for that. We'll push that to. I didn't even ask yet, but let's just do June 7th. So hopefully that's all right.
Dude,
I mean, I'm one of the guys. I got to ask myself, I guess, right? But listen, we got a bunch of people behind the scenes, so that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of these new firms, there's a couple of influencer ones coming up. They think they can just wing it. Like every decision that we make here, like we check with like 3 to 4 people. We do all the data analytics behind it. We make sure we're doing things right. And I think that speaks to why we've been able to be so successful and make changes at the right time. We're not just acting on impulse and, doing things when we need to. So, I mean, something like that was a little impulsive. But.
Well, Brett, we definitely trust you for restaurant recommendations in Miami. I'll tell you that. After.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of seeing all these guys in Miami. It was awesome. We did a little photo shoot. You guys will see more content come out from that over the next couple of weeks. But it was awesome meeting you guys. I had a great time.
By the way, checking the chat here, Brett, like many people have actually taken the golden pocket trade, and they're loving it. They're loving it.
It was 100% win rate trade, not financial advice. But
well, if the man comes on,
I'm upset.
That's what it is.
I'm upset. That would have been a good. I had my finger on the. If we go back, I literally had it on the buy market too, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta check the site."
Nah, dang it.
Anyway, I know you guys hope. Well, it seems like a lot of people took it. So, anyway, yeah. Then what I'd look for. And the reason that the 236 is a good level is because if you go from the 707 to the 236, so like now, if I just got rid of everything, right? And I go here to here, that is let me just leave it up there. So this from the opposite way, right? The 236 is the short golden pocket. So this is where that's why I always take profit. It could very well blow off the top, right? But this is typically where I'd look for to get stopped out, or even a reversal. And you don't always have to be in a trade, right? So some people think like, oh, well, if this is your target and that's the short GP, should I just flip short? No, because you just made how much here? I mean, this is already what is this now? 80-point trade?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
so
70 point trade. So anyway, chat, throw it at me. Throw out some questions. Let me know, and I'll let you guys pick. Give me
all right.
the host some questions you want to ask me.
Let's see. There's been multiple people actually asking if they can ask questions.
If you unblock me, maybe Bzilla. I don't even know why I blocked you. But maybe I'll unblock you. I'll unblock you. All right. I'll have to. I'm guessing you mean on Twitter.
All right. Let's see. Questions are popping in right now.
All right, go ahead. Grab any. I'll take anything, guys. No filter.
First of all, they already want to know. I mean, they're greedy, man. Like, how many giveaways today? How much more?
Shit. I get it. It's tough to stick to the giveaway schedule when you're shooting the shit.
Yeah, I know. You guys are blowing up the chat, telling us get back on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, so let's give away. Let's do another one. How many? What do we have left? How many have we given away? I haven't even.
2,500 you gave away.
2,500, yeah, but let's do some accounts. What did we do so far? Let me see here. Well, whatever. Let's just do all three. Let's just do all three accounts. 50, 100, 150K again. We're gonna start with I'll start in the middle. We'll start with 100K. So the code's gonna be golden. It's golden for the golden pocket, right?
There you go.
Guys, type golden in the chat one time, and then guys, scroll up if you can. Our lovely host here, pick a question or two, so those don't get lost. That you want to ask after. Or while we're doing this.
Good luck with that now.
Yeah. While we're waiting here. My bad.
There we go.
Hey, we're rejecting here the 382 so far. I don't think there would just see like something like this. Actually, my favorite trades are the ones that happen usually around this time, like 10:30, 11, because typically that's, you know, I'm sure everyone here has seen, and you guys have seen, you know, that 10 a.m. reversal happens a lot, right? It actually happened at 10:07. We got that big reversal down. So if you get a big move up or a big move down, typically you'll get that 10 a.m. move, right? So, but if you miss that 10 a.m. one, then you can look for a trade like this, right? So
Brett, I got a question.
Yeah, run it.
So people want to know, what was your biggest win and what was your biggest loss?
Oh God, my biggest win. I still don't even know the exact P&L because it was when Express, BlackBerry, and Nokia, was it Nokia?
Nokia.
Yeah. I didn't really do GameStop, but it was literally like I think it was like 260 something thousand. The only reason I don't say it's a win like fully is because I think I lost like 2/3 of that the next day. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who did some crazy stuff like that. I know, Nick, you got a couple crazy stories like that. Yeah. But yeah, those meme stock days were crazy. I had big sides on one of those trades, and you know, then I just rolled it out thinking it would continue. And hey, I'm just happy that I was able to lock in like 1/3 of it still. So that was probably my biggest one. But my like biggest actual trade was I don't know what year it must have been. It probably was a 2019 Tesla call. I think I did like 180, something like that on like a weekly trade expiring the next day. I made a lot on when they got announced. That was actually, I think, when they got announced to be in the S&P. So I think it was like a big move up. I had a swing trade on for the end of the week, like a day or two expiring. And then biggest loss, I don't like to talk about this one, but
bringing back traumatic memories. No.
Yeah, these are like, it honestly is terrible to just say this stuff. Let's just say it's close to the biggest win that I had that wasn't really a win. And it was on shop earnings.
Dang.
No. Yeah, and it was at my birthday. If anybody's following me when it was around my birthday, 2021, you know the total, or 2022. I don't even know what year that was, but whatever year you guys followed and seen the craziness of that year, you can see why I would do something like that. Cav remembers it. Gabe remembers it. Samir. Yeah, I got washed on Twitter for that one. Got a lot of shit talked on that one, but hey, I probably made that much on shop that year, so I was just paying the market tuition back. That's not anymore. I don't know what my favorite stock is, but Shopify used to be my favorite stock. I literally rode that thing. I think my biggest percent trade was like a 10,500% on Shopify.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I used to trade Shopify all the time. Options on Shopify and Amazon. Those were my two.
Yeah, back when the best days of options, honestly, were the days that Shopify was like $1,600 and Amazon was like 4,000.
Right.
Like those were the fucking days. It was crazy. Yeah, now everything's stock split. We gotta wait like 10 years for that to happen.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Anyway, that's why a lot of the options players move to futures. They're like,
exactly. Let's pick a winner here. And then while I'm running this, feel free to ask another one. We're doing 100K straight to funded right now, guys.
Ooh.
We're still having comments coming in. So one is pretty current. How are you actually currently liking the Robinhood automated trading experiment that you're doing?
Oh yeah, I like it. Oh shit, I forgot to do it this week. Just remind me. It was such a big week. I forgot to add, but it's been pretty good. I've done a couple other ones. I've done Titan was a really cool app. Nobody probably knows that one. I don't know. They did a terrible job. I was down like triple what the market was down at one point on that managed investing. And then I did Acorns, which was kind of bad. But the Robinhood one's been very good. And I think it's because I don't know if it's just my settings, like a little bit more risk on. I did risk on for all of them, but they just made moves the right way. But again, I might be getting lucky because I've been adding at the lows, right? So can't really tell for a year or so. But I've been putting money into auto robo investing account through Robinhood, their new thing. So that's a little background on that. Real quick, the winner of the 100K 50K account is Jan Futures 63. Just type something in the chat, Jan.
Nice.
You got 20 seconds. Type something in the chat. Sorry about that. What's that?
Let's see. 30 seconds. You're making it tight, man.
Yeah, I'm honestly like Uh-oh. Jan Futures. I'm gonna watch the chat because I accidentally messed you up, man. I'm sorry. All right, he typed. He said I am here. All right, so let's remember that. Okay. All right, you're good. You're good. All right, let's pull another one real quick. We'll do a 50K and then we'll do the 150K and then we'll get back to the charts here. Q&A.
That works.
I'll pop this 50K one real quick.
Charts are barcoding anyway, so.
Yeah, I know. It's a good day to just shoot the shit, right? I mean,
it's a good day to do giveaways.
yeah, it's a great day to do giveaways.
Nick, we could tell the story of getting out of the Uber at the photo shoot location and being just 100% sure we were about to be brutally murdered in
Dude,
Miami.
we literally thought we were gonna get kidnapped and then killed by Brett and his team. Like that.
We're like, is this real?
I'll give the background real quick. So first we have the second winner, 50K straight to funded at Zeverank. Type something in the chat, Zeverank, to claim your prize if you're still here, my man. 50K. Straight to funded. That's a $300 value. You know, guys, every single thing we're giving out here is at least $300.
That's crazy. Nobody else is doing that. That's crazy.
Nobody. Come on. All right, he did it.
What's the total value of the giveaways today? It's got to be
it's
several $1,000s.
It's probably the amount that Brett lost on his first worst trade.
Don't make me give away the Shopify one. We don't want to hear that. I'll get rammed for that one. All right, we're pulling the 150K winner here. But the background on that, guys, is listen. Who in the chat? All right, guys, stop typing golden. The giveaways are over. If you type anything else, you're excluded. It's over. But chat, let me know who has been to Wynwood. Who's been to like the Wynwood area or like North Miami area? Who's been there? Let me see some Miami or some yours in the chat for my Jersey people.
Type
me. All right, so you guys know. Guys, you know it's kind of like one street, you're going to die. The other street, you need like 10K to get a table there, right? So, you know, the difference is there, right? So these guys, my studio that I usually go to wasn't ready. We last minute decided to do this photo shoot, like what? I don't know, 6 days before, guys, something like that.
Yeah, it was
right.
You did it literally 2 hours after I booked a studio and a photographer here to do it. Those were a couple of awkward phone calls.
Real quick, a grateful Drew. Drew, you got a doppelganger here, man. But this guy's grateful. A grateful Drew, 150K account one. Grateful Dead meets Grateful Drew. So anyway, these guys, we pull out. I tried to find a studio. It looked like a nice little studio. I looked up where
the studio was great. I thought the studio itself was great.
Inside it was nice.
Outside, guys, you definitely looked like you would have got mugged. We had 3 chickens running around, which is typical Miami.
A rusted out children's carousel, which was definitely a prop in the It movie.
We forgot to take a picture with you on it, Matt. Damn it.
I didn't want to get
whatever
shot or anything down there.
We needed all 3 hosts to hop on there and do a round. I would have spun you guys around or something.
A roundabout.
Yeah, you guys would have probably all needed tetanus.
We'll come back. It's fine. We'll come back.
But anyway, yeah, I led these guys to the wolves. They thought at least. So anyway,
and then
they're alive.
It was the opposite after. It was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quick in and out trip. Quick trip. We need to do a bigger one. We need to do a longer trip, and then we should do a Tradeify. Guys, would you guys like a Tradeify meetup, like an in-person event? We get everyone talking about strategy. We've got some traders in there. I think that would be pretty cool. We do a whole golden pocket segment since it always seems to hit.
Let's see what chat says.
Yeah, Canada.
Golden pocket sounds like something you should definitely not Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Don't do it. At least add trading to the end of that.
Yeah.
How do these people claim their prizes? Yes, so to claim your prize, sorry, I didn't say it because we've been saying it all day, but if you're new and you just won, go to your YouTube studio. So on the top right of your YouTube, click YouTube Studio, and then edit, scroll down in your profile where you have your email. So we are going to email you all of these giveaways and the way to claim your $500 prizes if you won that as well at the end of the stream. Give us like a day or two, guys. There's a bunch of people. So you might see that, by tomorrow, most likely. And then we're going to be doing some more tomorrow as well. We still have a couple more to give away. I know we're wrapping up here soon. I was a little bit late, so I don't know what we want to do here, but we're still just chopping sideways.
Yeah, we're just stuck between VWAP and +1 standard deviation. That's just shit. It's as far as our
right
ability
now it's waiting time.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's
now, to be fair, though,
so
days like this set up well for the afternoon. I think we could have some decent action in the afternoon.
This is true. Yeah. That was something else I wanted to say too. Like, a lot of times I like to be done. We all like to be done early, right? For me, early is literally before people are even awake. But the thing is, you don't want to force anything. And the worst thing ever is to just sit in front of your charts. I know Matt says this often, is like, we weren't on the stream, like we would probably not even be looking at our charts right now because there's really no setup to take, right? For me, I'm like, if there's nothing in the first hour and a half, I'm usually like, all right, let me come back, maybe set my alerts, and then, we'll adjust from there. But, a lot of these moves, even yesterday, my biggest move happened, in the afternoon. So,
yeah.
You don't want to sit here and just try to force a trade.
Tell the people about your trade yesterday or what?
I did. I had my biggest trade yesterday.
Yeah, but you didn't tell the people.
We weren't on the air.
Mariam,
we weren't on the air, but it definitely happened after the fact. We would have been off the air anyway, but yeah, but these are the kind of moves, you want to look for, is you want to set yourself up for these bigger moves, these high probability setups. And one of the things I used to do, at least when I was first starting out, is I used to write out the levels that I would be looking at, right? Even in the pre-market, what am I looking at? Kinetically, that helped me by actually writing it down. But then from an accountability standpoint, it also helped me look down and be like, all right, these are the levels that I said I was going to take. So I need to respect that for myself, because again, this builds over time, right? Just because you took a loss on a day because you had a thesis doesn't mean that was a bad trade. And vice versa, just because you had a win doesn't mean that was a good trade, right? That needs to be, and I know we're gonna have, our coach on here talking about all these psychology tips, but it's just something to kind of talk about for today, because we're really not doing much, right? So don't try to force a trade.
People are asking, what was the trade? She took some puts yesterday.
I did. I took puts and shorts on ES. I know I'm a NASDAQ junkie, but ES is where it was at.
Look at this, guys. My God. I cannot believe you did that. I told her too. I was in a short somewhere. I was down, I think I closed it for break even or so, but I saw it pop back up. I got stopped out somewhere around right here, this wick. And then I saw Mariam post that she hit when we met. Biggest day, and I was like, let's go. At least I can live through you. Yeah, that's great.
Pain.
Someone said, would you take a retest? Yeah, so when I'm looking at this, I just drew another GP. So I call this GPception. So we obviously bounced off this one that was here, but if you take now this to here, we just bounced off these lows here. And again, it has to line up with something else. So again, if I put a line here and a line here, would I take this golden pot, a hammer off this every time, right? So I could have probably, I'm not going to take a trade now. We're going to be wrapping up here soon, but I would have taken this as well. Again, stop below the lows. You got these wicks here. You broke up. You're retesting that level, right? So, this is, again, what I call the GPception here. But, yeah. Sometimes I would take that. I don't take the same golden pocket twice. Because typically that just means, I already made money off that move, right? I'm not going to risk trying to do it again. Unless it looks literally A++, right? Otherwise I'd look for a higher low, because the whole point of the golden pocket is you're looking for a move up towards a previous high, right? So that's literally got the perfect example of this here, right here. And then we got a higher low. And then now I could even maybe play a breakout, because I'd look for this now higher low to now break this equal high and then run towards maybe high a day again or something. But anyway, I'd be done right now just because I missed that perfect trade. would piss me off, and I'd probably not trade.
Sounds like you need to
There's
talk to
always
Coach
tomorrow.
Tank.
Yeah, I probably need to just talk to Coach Tank. I need to just go touch some grass.
Actually,
that's the
people
other
are.
thing, guys. I want to ask. I don't mean to like dominate it. I'm not going to be here all the time, but I want to ask everybody in the chat. What do you guys want to see from Tradeify TV, right? So we're here, 8:30 to 11:30. We might stretch that a little bit here and there, half hour in the future, something like that. I know a lot of people like to trade all day. I don't think you should be trading all day. Sitting here all day is not beneficial, right? There comes a point where you need to be able to, take the day off and go touch grass, and, take your money and go. That's the beauty of trading, right? Especially with prop, being able to get something at a cheap barrier to entry, be able to make a couple thousand times however many accounts you have, every 10 days, every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. Side money, right? Just build another income. And eventually, if you do well, you move that to your live account, or you go live with Tradeify. Maybe it becomes a full-time thing a year down the line, 2 years down the line, right? But
let me. Sorry to interrupt you, but I have to ask one question. Are we at the point now, like, because you were just talking about the live accounts, right? And Tradeify obviously offers a clean, clear path to a live account, and I know there's other ways to get. Like, are we at the point now where if you're not offering some way to eventually, once you've proven you can trade, to get live, that you're just not serious in this business?
Yeah, pretty much. If you're just, I think I coined the term sim farming. So like, if you're just, listen, I know everyone starts in sim, you get a couple payouts, it's fine. But if you're just rotating accounts left and right and just trying to, go for the highest amount you can at every firm, like, that's not what's going to get you paid in the long run. Especially if, we've already seen like props have gotten a little bit more strict on certain things. Before we came in here, it was wild west, to be honest. So you got a lot more regulation and things on the horizon. Nothing set in stone. And to be fair, I'll drop a little insider stuff sometimes, like with the Trump administration. Like, we've heard that there's not really any push going to be on, the future space or everything that everyone was talking about before and at the end of last year, etc. Also, that MFF case, I don't know if everybody saw, it's not so sidetracked, but they actually won the case. That Forex firm. So like, that was crazy to me that they won. So like, it's even more of like a reason, like, why would, a regulatory body want to go after a firm if that happened even in the Wild West over there. But, a lot of the top futures firms got their stuff in order for the most part, the big 5, big 6 guys. I always vouch that, sticking with them is pretty much going to be fine. Obviously, everyone has different rules and different things. You find what works best for you. You trade one way at another prop, then you do it another, and you see what you get. But yeah, that's it for the most part. I see a lot of great stuff in the chat here. Great ideas that you guys are having. We want to hear about them all the time. I know you guys are always going to be looking for new stuff, but they're going to have new stuff all the time. We plan to add 1 to 2 things a week, little stuff. Even if it's just, you might see a bull running across the screen on Monday. Who knows? Something like that. Or you might get a bear for Miriam, Bearance over here.
Hey. That one came. So what are you, Brett? Are you a bull or are you bear?
I'm a bull. I'm born and raised bull.
Ooh.
Thank you. Finally. My goodness.
We only got Miriam here as Bearance, so,
Well,
Nick,
I'm
we got
bear.
Bull Z.
No, you
I'm
went
with
and stuck.
Miriam.
You went and stuck me with 2 bears there, Brad. That was.
Oh, you're the bear. You're a bear too, Nick?
Yeah, more than bullish. Yeah. Well, I
Oh.
can switch my mind.
You're in the middle. All right, so you'll teeter totter.
Yeah, I'm neutral. I'm Swiss. I told
All
you.
right, yeah, he's Swiss. He's Swiss. He's got holes in his day. So you never
Yeah,
know
he's not allowed to take a
you never know which
definitive
one he's
opinion
gonna
on
go
anything.
through. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Yeah, it's been awesome being on here. We got a crazy lineup next week of guests. We're gonna announce that, I think, tomorrow or over the weekend. You guys will see a big schedule Monday through Friday, every day. Big guests. Tomorrow, I think we got Coach Tank coming on. You guys will love him. I know everyone's gonna love his
I'm
accent.
really looking forward to that.
I think
Yeah,
everyone's gonna love listening
he was
to
down
the
there
guy.
with us. He was great to talk to.
Yeah,
That's
Coach Tank is a beast.
Yeah, just close your eyes tomorrow and listen to the man. He's got the points that you guys need to maybe hear. Maybe you're struggling with something in trading, and anything from a objective point, even outside of trading, right? Because the day starts with what you do in the morning, and your trading is based on what you're doing outside of trading also, right? If you're having a really stressful day, if you got a bunch of shit going on, it's probably not the best time for you to trade, right? You're going to make impulsive decisions. So he talks about a lot of things like that, how to get in the right mindset outside of trading. So when you're in trading, you're actually locked in fully. So it's going to be awesome.
I also just want to say to the chat, the chat for this particular show, you're welcome to ask any and all questions, of course. It's probably not the best place for questions on like account rules and things like that. Tradeify has a fantastic FAQ on their website. If you're really lost on that, the Discord has places to ask questions. So make sure you're joining the Discord. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm fairly new here to the Tradeify family. So is Nick and Miriam. So we don't want to misspeak and accidentally say something wrong as representing Tradeify in the stream. So if you have questions on accounts, on consistencies, on payouts and all that, the website, I checked it out, guys. It's pretty, it's explained very well. You guys did a really, really good job of putting that together. So if you have any further questions, there's support, there's Discord, great place to answer those questions. But as things calm down, and there's gonna be flash giveaways, there's gonna be a lot of things going on. But as things calm down, we will be getting more to the chat to answer a lot of questions. Obviously, there will be days there's more trading opportunities, and we'll be able to really explain some of the meat and potato stuff. But yeah, guys, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, just to quickly build off that, links are in the description below to join that. But we pride ourselves on being transparent. A lot of firms have hidden rules in their funded trader agreement. Actually, some of the big ones that you guys you're trading, they have stuff that nobody really knows, which is crazy to me. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about how we're transparent. We have everything listed right on the help center for you guys. There's not a single hidden thing in the funded trader agreement. We have not denied a single payout. The only payouts we have denied is 2 because people used 2 different emails under the same name. So that's it. That is literally the only stuff we've denied. We have not ever had an issue with anything else besides that. I think that speaks to what you can see on social. There's nobody that complains about us. There hasn't been anything. And, we plan to keep doing that. There's going to be bumps along the road. But I think we've navigated the waters really well, and I'm just glad to be able to expand and start new things like this. So we're here to experiment. We're here to have fun. It's going to be a lot different than the other, channels out there. And, we hope you guys enjoyed today, and, give it up for these guys, chat. Let's do a last final 3 account giveaway. I'm probably going over now how many we said, or hopefully I'm hitting the mark, but let's put another TTV in the chat for 3 more real quick, and then we'll
nice.
Call it a day.
You heard it, guys.
Appreciate you guys. How did you like it today? How did you guys think you did? You guys give yourselves a pat on the back or what? Yeah.
I'm definitely going to take an extra matcha today to treat myself because, and go on an extra hot girl walk because, this was just awesome to be in front of everyone and, talk about our setups, what we're looking at. Like you said, Brett, today was a great day to just shoot the shit. But,
yeah.
Other than that, we gave away so much, like not just nuggets, but, giveaways. And this is just the start of it, guys. This is just the start of it. And I'm very grateful for my awesome co-hosts here. For the small amount of time we've gotten to know each other, I just feel like, we definitely knew each other in a past life.
Side note, quick. These 3 actually did their interview together, and right after they were done, there was like so many. I don't know. Maybe some people in the chat here, you guys applied, or we talked with you, but these 3, they did it together, and I'm sorry, it was game over for everyone pretty much. These 3 just clicked. So
well, almost. You told me you almost deleted my entry by accident.
Wait, yes, real quick. That is true. Let me run a winner real quick. We're gonna do we'll start with the 50K real quick while I'm saying this. So it's funny.
You told me that like 4 old fashions deep at dinner. I was like, okay.
We did all the applications for the hosts on a form, job form, and I was going through them. And it's very easy to, when you click this button, you have to open it, but the delete button's right next to it. Or no, I watched somebody else's, and I accidentally clicked Matt's entry, and I deleted that one instead of the one that I did before. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I did that to maybe 2 other people, and I didn't go back. But for some reason, we had like 300 entries. It was a lot. For some reason, I did go back and undo his and watched his, and he was here today. So so I got you from the trash, Matt.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No, appreciate you, man. It's been awesome. All three of you guys are crushing it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's only getting better from here. It's only, especially give us a couple of days with some, with additionally great guests like yourself. Give us some days where the market just fucking moves a little bit, other than just 15 minutes here or there. And man, we're really looking forward to this. We're going to be the #1 show in town very, very soon.
100%. I want to add to that.
Winner, real quick. I know. I'm keeping it around. Winner is ID Sid for the 50K. I'm gonna pull the 100K, and then we're gonna do 2,500 more. I forgot about that. So it's 5K today, 5K tomorrow.
All right, even better. So we got another cash prize tomorrow.
Nice.
But yeah, I want to add to that too. Like, guys, thank you so much. Not just you, Matt and Miriam, and obviously Brett, but also the chat, like, for being here and tuning in. Like, we now expect you to be here every day. Like, not gonna lie.
Yes, make us part of your
short.
trading routine. Put us on corner of one of your monitors, and we're going to be breaking down things when there's things to be talked about. We're sort of in a little weird pocket of not a ton of news right now, but as we get into the next round of earnings, as we get to the next Fed meeting, we're going to have so much to discuss as that's going on. And I have no doubt at some point we're going to get another Trumper tantrum, and we're going to get some tweets and some truths and all that. Yeah.
Dude, you got to trademark that.
Yeah. I didn't come up with that. That came from Twitter in his first term. So that's
great. Trumper tantrum. I'm gonna have to use. That's gonna be the code word for the next one. All right.
Gotta spell that right.
Big giveaway tomorrow.
Chris Bayruther, 100K straight to funded. Congrats. We have so many. I can only do one at a time. All right, let's do. I'm pulling it right now. 150K one, and then let's do these. Next 5. And then we'll call it because we're already going over a little bit here. I'm sure the people want more of you guys anyway. So
we'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So many people having TTV.
Love it. TTV.
Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Make sure that you know that we are going to be on Monday through Friday. Well, Monday next week is closed, but Monday through Friday.
Yeah, we won't be here Monday. And only degenerates are. Is it a half day or is it closed?
I think it's technically a half day.
Is it?
You're trading a half day or degenerate.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially a Memorial Day,
and especially guys, and this is not an if, when we are the most watched prop firm morning show on the interwebs, as they say, you will be able to say I was there for day one.
Let's go.
That's huge. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one of these winners will get another free prize in 6 months from now if they're still here.
Yep. And also, like, Tradeify TV is up almost 2K subs since we started the stream, so that's some good growth.
Hey, Rick Reed, congrats. Type something in the chat to claim, and then we might just have to rip a couple guys right out of the chat here.
Ooh,
this is taking a minute, man, so maybe we'll do 2 at a time here. All right, congrats. So that one's done. All right, so I'm going to do another. There's 1,500 people. How many people are on the stream right now?
1,580.
Wow, we got 1,500 people. We have 1,400. I'm sorry, 1,419 people are entered. So literally almost everybody's in this right now, which is crazy.
Wow.
Let's do a 500 one. And then while that one's happening, I'm going to just close my eyes here and scroll in the chat and pick someone also. So, what do you say? Who's going to tell me when to stop? One of you guys got to tell me.
I'll tell you.
All right. When are you telling me?
You scrolling?
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
All right, stop it.
All right. Winner is Ruben Frias.
Ooh.
$500.
That is a suave AF name, man.
Ruben Frias, $500.
We've had some fire names today. I mean, BS,
Like I picture him in one of those places we went to dinner in Miami. Hello, I am Ruben Frias.
Ruben Frias. That's a good one. Ruben, you hear, my man? Did you win? All right, and then also Trader Fuzz. 500 Trader Fuzz. You guys got to type something. Please type something in the chat so I can make sure that they did.
This is crazy. Like, what other firm is giving away literally like cash prizes left and right? Brett,
that one, man.
This is actually
you're lucky to get a reset.
Yeah, this is actually Brett's money. He got it out of. He just shook his couch a lot earlier, and this is what fell out. So this is what he's giving away. So the bills may be a little crumpled. Yeah, there it is.
I forgot that that's what I was supposed to do.
He had that ready.
Yeah.
I totally forgot we were gonna do that when I hit the golden pop.
We need one of those, Brett. We need one.
Totally forgot. All right, so we got Trader Fuzz. Trader Fuzz hasn't typed anything in the chat though.
Oh no.
So someone else is getting $500. I'm closing my eyes again. Now, Miriam, let me know.
All right, now.
He said, me, please.
Well, he asked nicely.
Yes,
works.
nicely.
Nice.
He said, please. Only because you said, please. 500 winner. There we go. All right. Yeah, so everybody who won, everybody who did win just now, also, anything, you will be emailed by the end of the day tomorrow. So just go on your YouTube on the top right, go to your profile, YouTube Studio, edit the email in there, and we will be sending you guys over an email with directions to get your cash prize or a code for your free account. What's his name? Whatever the guy before, he didn't say anything. So I'm going to run one here. And then Matt, go ahead, man. Tell me when.
And now.
French Futures Trader. Love that for my wife's
Oui,
friend.
oui,
So
oui, oui.
I love that.
European
Oui,
friend.
oui.
European friend for me.
Enchanté, French Futures Trader. Enchanté. Let's see. Are you here? Type something. You better say
Robin
merci.
Williams'
You
bit
better
on
say
the French
merci
is one of
with
my
that.
funniest stand-ups
Hey,
I've
you
ever seen.
Yeah, he put something in there.
Yeah, I saw him. Hey, I got to tell my wife about that. She'll be happy that you won. And then also we got Ben Rusk. Ben Rusk 2000. So what's that, 4? Because the other guy missed, right? So we'll do one more. Ben Rusk, you here, man? Let's just make sure Ben Rusk. I got to make sure of these guys. I know we're going over, guys, but come on, $500. We got to make sure these people are getting it. We're not here to. That's another thing too. I got to talk a little shit. There's definitely some streams out there. They're like, oh, we're releasing 50 codes. Use it. They're only giving you guys 5 on the website. They're putting a max use of 5.
Exposed.
Terrible. Exposed. Yeah. Terrible. So who is that name? Ben Rusk. Ben Rusk. Did you type something, man? Are you here?
And to clarify that here, so that we don't get exposed for giving away 5K today instead of 10. Tomorrow we're giving away another 5K.
I did say it when I joined in. I said 10K
You did.
between today and tomorrow. I hope. If not, I'm sorry. Is Ben Rusk here?
I have not seen him, and I'm looking pretty closely here.
All right, Ben Rusk, you have 5, 4, 3. That sucks. Imagine you win.
Come on,
500.
Ben, do it.
Come on, Ben.
1, 1
Ben,
and a
do it.
half,
Do it now.
4, 5. I just gave you 5 extra seconds, man. I'm sorry, it's not you. All right, next one. And then I'm closing my eyes again, and then all 3 of you guys, let's see. When am I stopping this? Come on.
1, go.
Up. There we go.
Unblock me and let me win. Oh my god. Zilla, are you still here? That is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
So he can you can either unblock him or he gets the money. He can't have both. It's one or the other.
Is my unblock worth $500? Zilla. Listen, if I'm gonna be honest, all right, I saw him type. If I'm giving this to you, Bezilla, you better not fucking talk shit again, man. I don't know what you did for me to block you, but I'm about to unblock you for $500. It's like I'm paying you to get unblocked, which is crazy.
Yeah, he won.
That's hilarious. And then the winner is Kislaya Kanan. I'm gonna post a congrats. Kislaya Kanan. Kislaya, are you here? You're the last one, so let us hopefully pay you, and then we will sign off here in a second. What did everybody think? All right, giveaway's over, guys. So stop typing in the chat. Let me know. Did everybody like? And look for that Kasaya if we can. But did everybody like the music? Did everybody like the scenes? Everything? Hopefully you guys did. Let us know. Give us feedback. While I'm looking for this Kasaya.
We're looking to.
Loved it, me. Oh my god, now you guys are typing way too much. I can't even find
Nice.
Kasaya. Up. Kisun. Is that you? Wait.
Yeah,
No. That's
Pop it
close.
off.
That's too crazy.
Love it.
Uh-oh. That's
Uh-oh.
2 people? That's $1,000 missed out on? That's unfortunate. All right, here we go. One more. Jesus. You guys just, you know what? They're just going to make us keep doing this, so we just don't leave the stream until 4 p.m.
Oh, Ben
just,
Rusk
like,
just
stand up on
jumped
his
up.
own.
He said he was here.
Ben Russ. Are we sure
I
it's
just saw
him?
him. Yeah, it went
Yo,
by
Brent,
very
I
quickly.
said, all right, Ben Rusk. I'll give you benefit of the doubt, man. I can't have two people miss out. Ben Rusk, you're good. You're good. All right,
Wow.
Ben Rusk it is. Let me write it.
Lucky day. Won twice, basically.
I feel like I need at least 200 of that, Ben, because I just spotted you on the stream. So
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
better
give
be
Matt.
tipping Matt. You have his Twitter in the
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, tip
throw him a
Matt.
tip for that. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'll let you guys
Wow.
take it away. Let's see this first closing ever. I really appreciate being on here and stuff. I'll leave you guys to it for the last minute or so. But thanks for supporting us, Tradeify family. Hope you're gonna love these three. I already do. And yeah, just looking forward to a lot more. So be here tomorrow. They're gonna be giving away a bunch of stuff. And I'll probably drop in on one of the streams next week. We got a big hitter guest every single day, Monday through Friday next week. Tuesday through Friday, sorry. And yeah, just can't wait to see how this grows. So thank you guys. I'm signing off. I'll let these guys sign it off for you. And thanks for having me again.
Thank you, Brett.
All right,
for
well,
being
we
here.
Right.
appreciate you, Brett. So I got the first word this morning, guys, so I'll give you two the last word. But before I do that, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Again, I thought everything went great for our first show ever. And we really only had about 3 hours of practice before this with the three of us together. So it's amazing we did just burn the whole effing thing down. But I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I am truly looking forward to the three of us and all of our guests and Brett being a part of your day-to-day routine. So with that, I'll send it over to Nick. And thanks again, guys. And I will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow, 1 hour before the New York Open.
Yeah, also for me, guys, like it is the evening here in Switzerland. We're almost approaching 6 p.m. And this has been like the best 3 hours I spent in a very, very long time. Like it's been a pleasure having you guys on, being super active in the chat, lots of energy. And it's been absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait for more streams coming. I mean, we do this daily, guys, Monday through Friday, except obviously on market holidays. But we're going to be here all the time. We expect you to be here all the time. We got amazing stuff to give away. We have a lot of value to give in terms of like our trading, our strategies, guests that we bring on. And yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast. And with that being said, we had so many Mariam comments. I feel like Mariam, you're going to have to, you got to end this.
Man, let me tell you, I definitely felt the love today. I felt the love, and I am just so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be part of this journey and to, just go over the trades and our setups. And, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope you guys felt the love from us. You felt the synergy. And, like Matt said, we really didn't have much time to prep for this. But, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're so excited to be here with you all. And just looking forward to where this journey takes us all together. I mean, like Brett said, we have so much. Oh my gosh, we have so much in store. So with that being said, go tell someone you love them today. Go tell someone that you are grateful for them. Trading is all about just freedom and, having the ability to spend time with the people that you love. So don't forget that and take time for yourself. Like Brett said, go touch some grass, okay? And go on a hot girl walk, because you know damn well I'm going to do that. So I love you guys. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. We will see you all tomorrow.
Over now.